The second season is here. It's playoff time at James C. Fox Field on the campus of the University of Lynchburg. Hello again, baseball lovers. Kyle Haney behind the microphone on a Friday afternoon. It is round one of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference baseball tournament. The second season, the bell-ringing season if you're a Lynchburg fan. You're hoping it's Elevate and Celebrate season. Playoff time again. The historic regular season has concluded for Lynchburg and everybody. 31 wins this season for Lynchburg. They are the number 2 ranked team in the country in a couple polls in the NPI, the Power Index. They're number 2 there as well, and they are the number 1 seed in the ODAC Conference Tournament. The opponent will be the Roanoke Maroons. Sort of an up and down year for Brett Kamansky in his second season. 23-16 for Roanoke. They've really played some great baseball at times, and in fact, they have beaten some teams with very high NPIs. They got a sweep on the road against Shenandoah. They swept Bridgewater at one point earlier in this season. This is a Roanoke team that is not to be taken lightly, but it has been somewhat of a roller coaster, up and down year for Roanoke. They will come into this one winners of 4 of their last 5, most recently splitting with the Virginia Wesleyan Marlins over the weekend. If they had gotten a sweep there, Roanoke might have been able to push up into the 7 or 6 seed in this tournament, but it was a split. That means they draw Lynchburg in round 1. For Lynchburg, mainly highs this season, mainly highs in a year where they've only lost 4 ball games and they've been tied 1 time. If you break it down into thirds, think about this, fans. Lynchburg has played 36 games in the regular season, so you can break that equally into thirds of 12 games apiece, right? 8-3-1 in Act 1, undefeated in Act 2 at 12-0. That was part of the 22-game winning streak. And then the final third of the season, Lynchburg goes 11-1. They also split in their final ODAC weekend, dropping 1 to Shenandoah and then turning around and ruling the other Hornets in the conference. Lynchburg this season has now put up 10 runs or more 22 times in a ball game, and they're really pitching it well too with a 2.99 earned run average. We've got stats for both the teams that will indicate just how good Lynchburg has been this year. See it on your screen there, folks. And how about the home run numbers going way up this season for Lynchburg? 47 jacks. That is a program record. 31 wins to close out the regular season. If you go back to the 2023 campaign, Lynchburg actually won 33 ball games there in the regular season, 33-6 to end regular season play last year. So that stuff, I won't say it doesn't matter. It still matters in the playoffs, but the focus changes to postseason baseball, and you know everybody's got an 0-0 record right now. It's not just a cliche, it's reality. This is a Roanoke team that has gotten at least 1 win against Lynchburg for about the last 10 or 12 seasons in a row. We'll talk more about that. We'll greet the starting lineups in just a moment. Meeting you at the mound after a short breather. It's tournament time right now. Roanoke and Lynchburg. You'll see it. This is LHSN on Flow. a Friday feeling and the beginning of postseason baseball here in the Division III landscape anyway. It's round one opening weekend action for the University of Lynchburg and Roanoke College. We will meet the starting lineup first for the Maroons here. They'll come in at 23-16 this year, a losing record in ODAC play at 9-11. Another record that doesn't bode well anyway for what Roanoke has done previously. 5-10 on the road this season. They did get swept by Lynchburg earlier in the season. That was 2 run rule victories. Lynchburg really was in that hot streak where they were just swinging it at an unconscious level, and that was part of the 22-game winning streak. Lynchburg winners of 23 of their last 24. A lot to like about this Roanoke lineup. You've got 2 guys from Lord Botetourt High School at the top there with Nate Prince and Noah Donahoe, and 2 freshmen back-to-back, Noah Donahoe and Michael Hetzel. So the future is very bright. You've got another first-year Kyle Terrell in the 7 slot there for the Maroons. They will be the 8 seed in this tournament. Lynchburg is number 2 in the nation in the NPI. Roanoke 95th right now. So Roanoke will need to win the tournament to get into the NCAA tournament. They will need to win the ODAC tournament to get into regional play. Roanoke swings it at 330 this year. That's up from 286 last season. The earned run average for the Maroons is 682. We will be meeting the Lynchburg starting pitcher. That's Tyler Kaltreiter. TK 7-1. The earned run average is 2.58. He's a senior from Warrenton. He struck out 62 and walked 12. Kaltreiter was pretty good in postseason play last year, so we'll be able to refer to those numbers some as well. And that's another thing with this Lynchburg team. You've got postseason numbers, you've got regular season numbers, you've got career numbers, you've got more numbers than you will ever need as a broadcaster, but we'll get you some of them. It is a Friday. Welcome to the month of May. It's a May Day. It's an International Workers' Day. It's a full moon as well, the flower moon, and we'll have 2 full moons in the month of May, so the next one will be a blue moon. There's your astronomical updates, and this Lynchburg team has been putting up astronomical numbers all season long. Out of this world for sure. Lynchburg 31-4-1, 31 victories, 4 losses, 1 tie. They're 14-2-1 at home. First pitch is just slightly under the zone, and we are underway on Lakeside Drive in the Hill City of Lynchburg. Hornets number 1 seed, back-to-back season they've done that. Lynchburg is the reigning and defending ODAC champions. They've won 3 in a row. This ball's hit well to the right center gap. Nate Prince gives it a ride. It's down for the first hit of the ball game. He'll hustle into second. A stand-up double on the second pitch he saw. Nate Prince is aboard. Senior from Roanoke hitting .381 this season. Leadoff success early here for Roanoke. 64 degrees outside, wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour. We've got 38% humidity. No threat of rain today at all. Roanoke has graduation tomorrow, so that's part of the reason why the guys wanted to get 1 game in today. If you think back to last year, Lynchburg and Ferrum actually played 2 today. But game 2 in the series is set for noon on Sunday, fans. We hope you'll join us at the ballpark. And the if necessary game would be about 30 or 45 minutes after that. Ground ball by Noah Donahoe will move Prince into scoring position. 4-3, productive at bat there, though, for Donahoe. Just 3 pitches in the ball game so far for Tyler Kaltreiter. And he'll face Michael Hetzel. Hetzel's the first-year DH from New Kent. .397 on the season. Roanoke lineup is Prince, Donahoe, Hetzel, Liam Murphy, Tyler Galloway, Dylan Bonson, Kyle Terrell, Danny Ferguson, and Jack Fellner. Hayden Giordano will start on the mound for the visitors. Infield stays back for Lynchburg other than Kyle Moshier at third. He's about even with the bag. Rest of the infield defense looks like this. Jack Pokerock at first. Up the middle, you've got Batman and Robin, that legendary combo of Ben Jones and Brandon Garcia, second and short respectively. In the outfield, Joe Munitz in left, Quinn Madden in center, Kyle Flora in right. The battery mate for Kaltreiter is Sean Pokerock. Bottom rail fastball, called strike 1. 1 out, 1 on. We're in the top of the first. Just getting underway here at James C. Fox Field in Lynchburg. Good crowd today at the ballpark. I think we'll get even more tomorrow. Welcome to the month of May. If you're having a long hang on to that thought as this ball is drilled into deep left center field. Joe Munitz on the run. What a fine grab at the warning track. He'll lightly press himself into the fence, but that is a sacrifice fly from Michael Hetzel. He hit that ball well the other direction. Joe Munitz with a good running catch there to save further damage. Nate Prince is in, and Roanoke is on the board. Maroons lead early. It was dominant in the regular season series for Lynchburg. 2 run rule wins. Roanoke never really got traction in those ball games, either ball game. Lynchburg just, again, offensively, Lynchburg was so formidable at that point, and still are, of course. That hasn't really cooled off much at all. Lynchburg hitting .345 as a team. They're slugging .561. But that was in a groove there where Lynchburg really could seemingly do no wrong. That was a long, uninterrupted string of run rule victories. Off-speed pitch that Liam Murphy will bang foul. And it's an even count, 1-1, 2 outs, top of the first. We'll meet the Lynchburg lineup in the middle of the first, and then middle of the second, we'll do our roll call and our shout-outs. Middle third, we'll get some fun baseball trivia, news and notes, maybe some Kentucky Derby news and notes in there as well. Always the first Saturday in May. Slider from Kaltrider missed. It's 1-2. 2-1, pardon me. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tyler Galloway is on deck. Murphy, a senior from Rumson, New Jersey, 299 on the season. Maroons, coached by Brett Kamansky in his second year. Last year, they were 19-21-1. Maroons had the draw on the scorecard last season. Lost to Shenandoah in the first round last year. And remember the ODAC tournament format. First round, best 2 out of 3 at the top seeds site. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 all host. And the winners of those 2 out of 3 series go to Tyson's for the final 4 next week. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Got Sunday built in as a wiggle room bad weather day. Full count. Wind is sort of picked up a little bit. Great, brilliant blue sky to play under. A few wispy clouds. Chance of rain tomorrow as Tyler Kaltrider will let Liam Murphy go with the full count walk. Second base runner of the ball game for Roanoke. It'll bring up Tyler Galloway now. Galloway, a junior from Leesburg. You saw on our tail of the tape there the statistical analysis that Roanoke stealing bases a bit more than Lynchburg. 86 swipes for Roanoke this season. Liam Murphy, 6 for 8 stealing bases. With 2 outs, could be a spot where you might see him in motion at some point in this at-bat to Tyler Galloway. Galloway holds on the first pitch, and it's a 1-0 count now. It's just 2 lefties, 7 rights in the lineup for Roanoke. This one sprayed foul by Galloway. The lefties are Michael Hetzel, who we've seen, and then Danny Ferguson, who will catch and bat 8th for Noke. 6-4 in their last 10. And after losing to Lynchburg, they actually went on a run where they lost 9 of their next 10. So that was the worst part of the season for Roanoke. They actually came into that Lynchburg series with a really good record. When they came into that they had beaten some ranked teams and really had been playing well. But once again, Lynchburg is just, they were really incredible all season. Grounder up the middle. Ben Jones moving that way off his thigh and bounces away. That's probably going to be an error. And now it's 3 runners on in the inning for Roanoke, and the inning will continue with Dylan Bonson, the junior from Toronto, stepping in.
Next up to bat.
Yeah, Roanoke came into that Lynchburg series at 16-5, and including those 2 losses, it was a losing stretch of 9 of their next 10. The bad month this year for Roanoke was April. They were 7-8 in April, 7-1 in February, so a great start to the season. TK has given up the leadoff double to Nate Prince, who later scored on Michael Hetzel's sac fly. And then with 2 outs, Murphy walked. Tyler Galloway reaches on Ben Jones' error. 1-0 count to Dylan Bonson. And this is what typically, when you're the higher-ranked team, you do not want to do, is give the other team life. Anytime a squad is trying to spring an upset, You want to try to put them away as early as you can. Maybe that just makes sense in any sport about beating anybody, whether you're favored or not, to try to have a great start. It's not an ideal start for Lynchburg and Tyler Kaltreiter, but not exactly a disaster either. 1-2 now, as Kaltreiter peppers the low and away portion of the strike zone box. Dylan Bonzen, 102 hits in his career, just a junior. So he'll keep going, hopefully anyway, in a Roanoke uniform. A lot of talent coming back for the Maroons. TK set, checks the runner. Murphy bouncing a bit at second. Got Kaltreiter's attention as he'll flip one to Ben Jones, who is covering. Garcia, Jones, and Pokerock to lead off for Lynchburg, as we have become accustomed to. Hornets have used that lineup in now 36 of 37 ball games. That starting three anyway. Brandon Garcia was injured and missed one. Check swing soared. There's your first TKO of the ball game as Kaltreiter, will strike out Dylan Bonzen. Two left stranded for the visitors. Roanoke half was productive, though. One run on one hit. And there was one Lynchburg error. We'll go to the bottom of the first and meet that Lynchburg lineup. They'll come in with 31 victories, 4 losses, and 1 tie. They hit .345 as a team. They've banged out 47 home runs. It will start with Brandon Garcia and Ben Jones. The Batman and Robin combo, not just up the middle, but they've been at the top of the order pretty much all season long. Take out the pretty much. They've been at the top of the order all season long. So after Garcia and Jones, you get JP, Jack Pokerock, 69 runners driven in for Jack. That ties him for the all-time single-season lead here at the University of Lynchburg. Quinn Madden will clean up. Joe Munitz hitting 5th. Sean Pokerock, who's really got the hottest stick on the team right now, hitting 6th. It's the first-year Kyle Flora, 7th. Another Frosh. Eli Carroll DHing today and batting 8th. Kyle Moshier, the third baseman, will round out the lineup. 4 lefties, 5 righties for Lynchburg, 2 first years, no sophomores, 2 juniors, 4 seniors, 1 fifth year for Lynchburg. Tyler Kaltreiter on the mound, by the way, is a senior. They will face a junior, Hayden Giordano, the pitcher for Roanoke. Not a big body of work this year. It'll just be start number 4 for Giordano on the mound. As you see the starting pitcher comparison there, which is fantastic because it gives you another look at what Tyler Kaltreiter has done this year. Giordano is a junior from Chesterfield. 5 appearances last year with 1 start. And he is a two-way guy, at least on the roster anyway. Had some good hitting numbers last season. But right now, he gets the ball in Game 1 against Lynchburg with a 4.82 earned run average. Battery mate for him will be Danny Ferguson doing the catching. At first, it's Liam Murphy. Second baseman is Kyle Terrell. Jack Fellner is the shortstop for Roanoke. Third baseman is Noah Donahoe. In the outfield left to right, it's Dylan Bonzen, Nate Prince, and Tyler Galloway. Here's leadoff hitter Brandon Garcia, senior, Durham, North Carolina. 37 hits this season, 221 in his collegiate career. Taking a lot more walks this year. He is still the nation leader in that statistical category. No hitter has taken more base on balls than Brandon Garcia. First pitch from Giordano is high for a ball. He'll work out of the windup. Roanoke in the gray on gray with the maroon cap. Lynchburg home blacks today with the white pants. Hornets are 14-2-1 this season at James C. Fox Field. 121 wins here at home in the decade of the 20s. Outer black called strike. 1-2's the count to the leadoff hitter, Brandon Garcia. Ben Jones on deck. All-time hits leader in Lynchburg history is Gavin Collins with 228. So Brandon Garcia and Ben Jones have him in striking distance. Garcia 221 hits, Ben Jones 224. And those are 2 guys in that category. So 2-2 is downstairs. The 1-2, pardon me, it's even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Guys like Brandon Garcia, Ben Jones, Joe Munitz, Sean Pokerock, Quinn Madden as well, all have a wealth of postseason experience. So we'll give you some of those numbers. How about this? Pulled down the line, but it's in the Roanoke bullpen for a foul ball. Seven pitch at bat coming up to start the game. That's a good trait for a leadoff hitter. You'll get a little check mark by your name from hitting coach Drew Henry, or maybe a cue by your name for a quality at bat. Here comes the 2-2 from Giordano, well wide, and now the count is full. This will be pitch 8 of the opening at bat. .318 hitter in his career. Brandon Garcia has done just about everything you can ask for from a leadoff hitting shortstop. And he'll draw another walk. That'll extend his D3 lead in the free pass category. That's walk number 56 this season for Brandon Garcia. He had to work for it, too. Couple foul balls in there. I'm impressed, as usual. Brandon Garcia will be a threat to run. He is the team leader with 18 stolen bases. Here's Benny Bombs, Ben Jones, senior, Durham, North Carolina, .356 this season, 47 hits. And I'll tell you again, it's 224 in his career. Back foot on the back of that batter's box line. Challenging fastball from Giordano inside, and it's called strike one. Giordano's got some life on that fastball. Another guy with good action on the breaking pitch, and you know he's got stuff, or he wouldn't be getting the start in a game like this. Remember, the stuff is just what's the quality of pitches that you throw, and it's probably an oversimplification when people say stuff. The 0-1, good location there, but that's south of the zone, just barely. For Giordano, he has made 2 starts in April. Before that, the previous outing was on February 18th. So think about this. He's only pitched twice in the last 3 months, basically. He threw in just a third of an inning against Greensboro on February 18th. Got 1 strikeout. Then when you go to his box scores, the next one isn't until April the 14th. Ben Jones, looper, just gets over the outstretched arm of the second baseman, Kyle Terrell. Brandon Garcia had to hold, so he's just going to get 1 base there, but it's hit number 225 in the career for Ben Jones and the first hit of the ball game for Lynchburg. Looked like Giordano took some speed off of that. Ben Jones stayed on it long enough to get the end of the bat and just serving it over the leaping second baseman. It's 2 on with none out. Early mound visit time for Roanoke. So Ben Jones hit number 48 on the season, 225 in his career. He is now 3 away from tying Gavin Collins for the program lead. Back to Giordano here during this visit. We'll restart the thought. He threw on February 18th, just a third of an inning against Greensboro. Fast forward to April the 14th. He throws 4 innings against Southern Virginia. Good appearance there. Struck out 6, walked none, no earned runs. Next outing comes against Guilford on April the 21st. He went 5 innings there. Gave up 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout apiece. So he's thrown 9 1/3 innings this year. 9.1 so far. And he's got his back to the wall a little bit now. And a guy like Jack Pokerock who can apply extreme pressure, your back might be to the wall, firmly pressed more than you realized. Runners on first and second. Check swing from Jack Pokerock. He did go around, as indicated by the circular gesture there from our home plate umpire. And it's 0-1. JP ready for the second pitch of the at-bat. Garcia leads at second, Jones at first. Longer hold from Giordano, still holding. Here it comes. That one's up high, and now the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. For Jack Pokerock, we don't have any postseason numbers to refer to, at least not in a Lynchburg Hornet uniform. .388 this season with 57 hits. Team leader there, also the team lead in runners batted in. Team lead in home runs as well. Foreshadowing, question mark. Here comes the 1-1. Slider underneath the zone for ball 2. 13 jacks on the season for JP. 8 doubles, 2 triples. Had what amounted to a ground ball triple in Shenandoah that later in that game 2 against the Hornets from Winchester. That might have been his most impressive hit of the year for me. JP waiting. He'll keep waiting. Ooh. That one's into center field. Brandon Garcia got up a little bit late. Now he'll throw the anchor back on second base. So no harm, no foul there for Roanoke as that one slipped away from the second baseman, Kyle Terrell. Jack Pokerok's second triple of the year was a ball that bounced twice in the infield. The second sort of got a piece of the diving shortstop from Shenandoah and then went all the way to the left center fence. Garcia fakes the movement there. Sweeping slider comes in, center cut for strike 2. So balls going into the trees are obviously impressive, and it's majestic to let it fly in such a trajectory like Jack does on those home runs. But a ground ball triple is pretty wild to think about. It's been done before. It'll probably be done again. And I said, that's a real indicator of power. When you can power the ball on the ground all the way to the fence, that shows how much power you really have. You have power in the air to clear the fence, is an indicator. But when you can hit a ground ball triple, that's, to me, a real feather in the cap. Pokerok waiting on the 2-2. He'll keep waiting. That's a balk. Actually took the umpires a little bit longer to call that than maybe I thought it would. As Giordano was thinking about picking, he was thinking about pitching. He was really of two minds there, and just that indecision causing him to buckle that knee and flinch. Runners will move up on the balk. Now it's 2 in scoring position for JP. Giordano, let's see if he comes to the plate quicker now. Taking a long time. Here comes the 2-2. Slider. Jack will get a piece of it to stay alive. Really thought that Giordano was probably in danger of a pitch timer violation as well. Haven't seen a ton of those this year. I think the pitchers now have really just grown up and gotten used to being quicker on the mound. No more human rain delay type pitchers anymore. Another 2-2 on the way. Pokerok drills this into right field. Garcia tagging. Oh, but it's down. Brandon Garcia is going to hustle home. He will get there in time. That's a base hit. RBI single for Jack Pokerok. And that ties our ball game up 1 apiece. Lynchburg in their half of the first is yet to make an out. It could be an early bombardment from this Lynchburg offense. It wasn't a big fly from Jack Pokerok, but it was RBI number 70 on the season. Give him the program lead in that category. Congratulations to Jack Pokerok, your new RBI leader in Lynchburg history. The guy in there right now has got the second most RBI in the season. Well, actually third for Quinn Madden. He'll take the first pitch, and it's a ball. Quinn Madden in 2024 drove in 69 runners. Madden drove in 68, pardon me. Avery Neves drove in 69 back in 2021. 1-0 count. Madden slicing this one to right field. This ball is also down. Quinn Madden's got an RBI single, and the hits keep coming. 3 consecutive singles for Lynchburg. 4 batters have reached, and just like that, the home team snatches the lead. 2-1 Lynchburg on top. Brandon Garcia walked, came around to score. Ben Jones singled over the second baseman's head, came around to score. Now it's runners on first and second. That's Pokerok and Madden. For Madden on the season, he's driving in a lot of runners this year. That's 46 ribeyes. Joe Munitz now batting with none out, and 2 on. He'll take the first pitch for a called strike 1. Munitz on the year has 7 of those sack bunts. Looked like that was the plan there. Joe Munitz got some base hit bunts over the weekend against Shenandoah as well. 0-1 count. Let's see if Munitz is bunting again. Runners at the corners, or runners at first and second, pardon me. It's like I got rusty. Giordano looked at third, heard the call, throws to first. No out completed there, though. Jack Pokerok's going to have to hustle home. No play at the plate as he comes in standing up. Joe Munitz will scamper to second. It's probably going to be a base hit and an error situation. If it's a hit, it's the 4th straight hit of the inning for Lynchburg. That one did not leave the infield. Giordano looked at third, even though the audible call coming from his catcher, Danny Ferguson, was to go to first. He gave him the 1-1-1 call. Threw it there, but the catch was not made at first. That allowed Jack Pokerok to score and allows Madden to go to third. Munitz cruising into second. Okay, 2 in scoring position now for the guy swinging the hottest metal on the team at the moment. Sean Pokerok will look at a center cut fastball and fall into an 0-1 count. Shawnee at the moment is 9 for his last 11. 9 for 11 for Sean Pokerok in the last 4 games. There's 2 doubles and 2 homers in that stretch as well. He was absolutely on fire in the month of April. Hit .515. That's 17 for 33. The on-base percentage was just south of 700 in the month of April. That span encompassed 13 games for Lynchburg. Here's the 1-1. And obviously, it was a good month. The 9 for 11 stretch to end the month turned it into a great month. It turned it into an outstanding, borderline, unheard of kind of a month. Sean Pokerot can get red hot, though. 1-2. Let's see if he can stay hot. That one well wide from Giordano, who is still searching for an out. 3 runs have come in for Lynchburg. They have not made an out here in the bottom of the first frame. Roanoke scored first, so the Maroons can say they led this ball game for a brief moment. Pokerot on a breaking ball, hit to center field. Roanoke's finally got an out and maybe a play at the plate. Madden breaking home, relay. It'll just get eaten up by the first baseman, Liam Murphy. Sacrifice fly from Sean Pokerot drives in the 4th run of the ball game. Lynchburg on top 4-1. 1 out, though, finally for Roanoke. They really needed that. Here's Kyle Flora. Flora's been hot all season long. 370 hitter with 44 hits in his first-year campaign. Virginia Beach guy. He's got a first-year teammate on deck from Chesapeake. That's Eli Carroll doing the DHing today. Runner at second is Joe Munitz. Good wheels for Joe. With 1 out, he might be a threat to try to steal third. Wants to get there maybe to keep the sacrifice fly in order. It's one thing Lynchburg has done great all season long. That sac fly from Sean Pokerot is their 36th of the year. They really understand the assignment. Good bat control as well, and enough power to get some length on those fly balls to score all those sac flies. 36 on the season. Really impressive. Something we've talked about as well, when you get a lot of runners on, you should have more opportunities for sacrifice flies. You might actually hit into more double plays as well with more runners on. If you want a reference point, Roanoke has 22 sacrifice flies this year. Lynchburg now has 36. I should update that, though, for Roanoke, because Michael Hetzel had the sac fly in the first inning. So it's 23 for Roanoke, 36 for Lynchburg. Here's the 0-2. High heat. Flora couldn't catch up. Strikeout from Giordano. He's got back-to-back outs now, starting to stabilize a bit, and it will bring up Eli Carroll. First year, hits .321, 9 hits on the season for Eli Carroll. He was DHing every day for a couple weeks this year and sort of fell out of the lineup, now working himself back in the lineup. It's one thing we've been saying all season long about Lynchburg. They have some options swinging the bat. Not much wiggle room on the defense to work your way in as a young guy, but this designated hitter role has not exactly been a revolving door. We've seen some different players occupy this spot. Ryder Warren comes to mind. Gabe Pegues a bit. Connor Moore earlier in the season. Nice location on that heater from Giordano. And he's got himself into a pitcher's count. No balls, 2 strikes. Lynchburg 4, Roanoke 1. 2 down here in the last half of the first inning. Beautiful spring weather on Friday, May the 1st. Runner at second is Joe Munitz. Shortstop holding him close. Here comes Giordano home. That one just missed on the 0-2. Nice hold from Eli Carroll. He didn't even really sniff at that. Carroll on the season has 9 walks and 2 strikeouts. So he's showcasing some elite plate discipline to go along with a good eye. This ball ripped up the middle. Green light for Munitz around third. That's going to be an RBI single for Eli Carroll. 5th run in the inning for Lynchburg. Hit number 5 in the inning for Lynchburg. Joe Munitz hustling home. It's all Hornets early. And they've sent 9 to the plate with the third baseman, Kyle Moshier, stepping in. Junior from Asheville. Played at Roanoke his first 2 seasons. And 109 hits in his collegiate career now. 90-plus in a Maroons uniform. Didn't make too much of the first meeting in the regular season against the Roanoke Maroons, rather. But it, is maybe always a little interesting to play against your former ball club, former teammates. in the modern college landscape, especially with the D1s, we see people changing teams all the time. It doesn't really seem like that big of a deal anymore. But even in the big leagues, you know, they'll talk about it's a little interesting to play against your old mates or play against the guys in your old uniform. But didn't seem like us on the broadcast or Kyle Moshier himself made too much of a big deal about playing against Roanoke in the regular season. Now, when you get to game 3 against your former team, probably feels like a moot point, something almost not even worth talking about. By Sunday, maybe we won't bring it up. 2 balls, no strikes. Brandon Garcia is on deck. He walked and scored to begin this very productive first inning for Lynchburg. They lead 5-1. Mosh holding with the 2-0 count. Now it's 3-0. Might be a true red light take situation here with Giordano in trouble. Now you have to really say Giordano is in trouble. He's surrendered 5 hits, walked 1. He's been around the plate for the most part. And he will come across for strike 1 against Kyle Moshier. You know, I don't think command has been too terrible despite 1 walk. But hittable, not exactly rockets from Lynchburg, though. They've had some soft contact at times. Moshier will foul this away. Now the count is full with 2 outs. But the problem for a pitcher is even if you've got good stuff and good command, when you've thrown 30-plus pitches in an inning, it's really hard to go long into the game. It's hard to give your team length after you bounce back. That's one that coaches always knew, but the science is proving that to be very relevant as well. Carroll will be on the move here with a full count and 2 outs. Wind blowing out to right. Ooh, up and in. There's your second walk of the inning, and maybe the control is not quite as good as we thought. As he's walked 2, Garcia, this man, took the opening walk. So he's 0 for 0 at the moment with a run scored. Lynchburg leads 5-1. They've batted around in the bottom of the first. But Giordano, when you throw so many pitches, it's hard to continue into the ball game. Think about this concept, which we've talked about before. First one on the way to Brandon Garcia. Longer hold again from Giordano. Wide left from our perspective, wide right from his. That was pitch number 39, by the way. When you throw, if you can throw 10 pitches in an inning, you can probably go 10 innings and throw 100 pitches if you can keep it at 10 pitches an inning. But when you go 40 pitches an inning, which is what Giordano has done right now, it's hard to throw much more than 2 innings, right? Because that would be 80 pitches in 2 innings. If the trend and if the math continue, the average. It doesn't always, but it's just so hard. When you get gassed and you reach that limit in 1 inning, it's hard to then continue to carry on with any effectiveness anyway. Garcia got the bat off the shoulder on the 1-1, but it stayed high. Now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Ben Jones on deck, got the hit parade started. Lynchburg has 5 of those in the inning. 5 hits, 2 walks, sacrifice fly. Kyle Flora struck out. There was 1 balk in there for Roanoke. A play in right field on the kind of sinking line drive from Jack Pokerock that it looked like maybe the right fielder Tyler Galloway could have caught, but he pulled up and played it off the bounce. We'll say he could have dove for anyway. Don't know if he would come up with it for an out or not. 3-1 on the way. Carroll leads at second. The pitch is called, strike 2. Full count again, 2 outs. 2 in motion here with Kyle Moshier at first and Eli Carroll at second. 5-1 ball game now. Lynchburg in command. They dictate terms again, as they so often do here at Fox Field. Garcia will foul that one away and will rerun it at 3-2. Brandon Garcia worked an 8-pitch at bat his first time up. So this will be a 7-pitch at bat at minimum. How about that from a productive standpoint, a production leadoff hitter concept, making the other pitcher throw a lot of pitches. That's textbook leadoff play right there from Brandon Garcia. Whether it's by design or not, he's getting it done. Another payoff. This one hit high. Does this stay in range for Danny Ferguson? Ferguson looking up. Nope, it'll hit our roof. And we'll rerun it again at 3-2. Make this pitch number 8 for Brandon Garcia again. He's seen 16 pitches off of the starter, Hayden Giordano, in the first inning. It's 2:33 right now. Think about how long this inning has been going on. Roanoke sent 6 to the plate and scored 1. Wheels in motion again here with a full count and 2 outs. Bottom of the first. Chop right side. This is going to be a tough play. Oh, and it's not going to be completed. It's actually going to reach the outfield grass. Look at the hustle from Brandon Garcia. He never broke stride when he hit first base, wheeling into second for what's probably going to be an error. It will score another run. Eli Carroll hustles home on that one. Make it a 6-1 lead for Lynchburg. Love the heads-up base running for Brandon Garcia. It was a hard 90 down the line already. Then when he saw the ball carry him into shallow right field, he put his foot on first base and just made exit stage left into second, no problem. Only the second error of the inning. There was a balk in there for Roanoke, and then also on Joe Munitz's bunt, that ball was thrown away at first. So probably 2 errors in the inning right now for Roanoke. There has been some self-inflicted damage. 1-0 count here to Ben Jones. He's got 2 in scoring position. Giordano back to the windup. Ben Jones swinging a miss. Got a piece of it as our umpire indicated a foul tip there. 1-1 count. 2 outs. Bottom of the first. Lynchburg. A 5-run lead now. Outside fastball hits the edge for strike 2. Jack Pokerock is on deck. JP is 1 for 1 with an RBI. It's his 70th of the season. Low and into Ben Jones, and now the count levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. A deuces wild situation. We're in the bottom of the first. If you're Roanoke, you're thinking about the rest of the series at this point as well. You don't want to completely blow up that bullpen. That one's inside. And now it's a full count. You're hoping you win one of these first 2 to extend the series and force the, if necessary, game 3. Ben Jones under that, yanks it foul. It's over 50 pitches in the inning right now for Giordano. So if you're Roanoke, you're going to a reliever. It's just a question of when. I think ideally, and what you're looking for if you're Brett Kamansky, is to make it out of the inning, give that reliever a fresh start to begin the bottom of the second. Or maybe the third. Maybe Giordano goes back out. Tough day at the office for him, though. A couple foul balls for Ben Jones. This will be pitch number 8 of this at-bat. Think about these long at-bats Lynchburg has worked. Back-to-back 8-pitch at-bats right now. This one sprayed to left field. Should be catchable for Dylan Bonds, and it is, and the inning comes to an end. Lynchburg gets right where they want to be early. A 6-pack to begin the offensive program for Lynchburg. Hornets by 5 after 1 complete at Fox Field. 6-1 after one. A great frame for Lynchburg. It's 6 runs on 5 hits. There were 2 Roanoke errors. Lynchburg will leave 2 on and in scoring position. 60-plus pitches for Hayden Giordano. Tyler Cartwright, for reference, threw 20 pitches in his first frame against Roanoke. Maroons did get on the board first. The leadoff man, Nate Prince, doubled and scored on the sacrifice fly. But now, all of a sudden, Roanoke in a 5-run hole. They've got some wood to chop here. We're in the top of the second. James C. Fox Field on the campus of the University of Lynchburg. This ball's hit well into center field, but Quinn Madden is there. Had the scouting report and played Kyle Terrell, perfectly. And Terrell will catch it Quinn Madden will catch Terrell's sinking line drive for out number 1. Danny Ferguson, sophomore catcher, Flemington, New Jersey, up to bat now with 1 gone in the top of the second. Ferguson hitting .276 this year. He faced Tyler Cartwright first time around. He'll swing at the first pitch and yank it into right field. Flora grabbing on a bounce. Second hit of the ball game for Roanoke. Brings up the shortstop, Jack Fellner, Newburyport, Connecticut. .289 on the season for Jack. He's a senior, 5'11", 175. The 2 ball games earlier this year, 18-1 and 10-0. The run rule wins for Lynchburg against Roanoke the first time around. And if we look at the box score there and see what Tyler Cartwright did, that was the first game that was 10-0. That was TK's 5th win of the season on that game that came back on March 29th. The weather was listed that day as strong winds and clear blue skies. We've got mostly blue skies today, 64 degrees. Not much strong wind, though, just kind of light 5 to 10 mile an hour. Cartwright missing just outside there. But in that ball game, TK went 7 strong innings, 0 earned runs, struck out 7, walked 2, 3 base hits. Already 2 hits in this one for Roanoke, and they're already on the board with an earned run. TK's postseason resume from last year was pretty darn solid. It was a 4.50 earned run average, striking out 19, only walking 3 in the postseason last year. That was games against Ferrum in the opening round, Shenandoah in the ODAC Final Four, then Marymount and Rowan were the other 2 starts. Marymount in regional play, Rowan in the super regional. But TK walking less than 2 per 9 with only 3 walks in 24 innings pitched last season. Really impressive run. I know he didn't quite get the results he wanted to. This ball's yanked into left field. There's your 3rd hit of the ball game. Jack Fellner spinning on an inside pitch. 2 on now for Roanoke. Back-to-back innings, they've gotten 2 on here. So this is a Maroon offense that really not to be taken lightly. Here's a good stat for the Maroons offense. They've got 10-plus runs in 4 of their last 5 ball games. Roanoke has really been heating the metal up lately, and there's some good ODAC competition in that run. Splitting with Virginia Wesleyan, they scored 21 runs in Game 2, a 21-2 ball game against the Marlins. This is a Roanoke team that can swing it. They're hacking at the first pitch. Nate Prince going to send that one to right. Kyle Flora will make the grab. They're going after TK early in counts, as so many teams do. When you throw so many strikes like Cartwright does, it doesn't take much for a hitting coach or the other team's head coach to realize, hey, we can't get behind in the count. We got to hunt first and second pitch. And Cartwright can play into that. He can throw more off-speed pitches. First pitch. He can go off the plate with the fastball. He can elevate the fastball first pitch. So that's the cat and mouse game. That's the chess match. That's the heart and soul of baseball right there, the battle between the pitcher and the hitter. And you can play to your tendencies. You can play off of your tendencies. Yes, you can play to your strengths, but you can play off of them also and fool the other team a bit. Ball 1 to Noah Donahoe. 2 outs now with 2 on. Ground ball up the middle. TK whiffed, nearly got that one, and it's into center field. Quinn Madden will come up firing. Nope, he'll check down and toss that into second base. That's the second run of the ball game for Roanoke. Noah Donahoe singles home Danny Ferguson. 3 of the last 4 have singles for the Maroons. 4 hits in the ball game now.
Up to bat, number 45, Michael Hetzel.
Tyler Kaltrider was so close to either grabbing that or knocking it down with his gloved left hand, but just couldn't quite get there. The run outputs for Roanoke here in the last little bit. I mentioned 21 in their final regular season game against Virginia Wesleyan. They scored 4 in game 1. Put up 13 against Pfeiffer last Wednesday. 12 against Guilford. On the road in Winchester against a ranked Shenandoah team. A Shenandoah team that beat Lynchburg once. Roanoke won those games against the Hornets from Winchester 11-7 and 15-6. Think about that. This ball's hit the other way. It's another single. 5 hits in the game. Joe Munitz will come up, fire it into the cut man. It's 3 runs for Roanoke. The Maroons are not going anywhere. 4 hits in the inning. 5 in the ball game, and now it is a 6-3 Lynchburg lead. They have clearly got a good game plan against Tyler Kaltrider, and they're executing it. Look at how many of these are coming on first or second pitch. Trying to get into some things about Roanoke's offense, and they don't give you much time. They are swinging at the first or second pitch a lot. Here comes a mound visit with Michael Solbach, the pitching coach for Lynchburg. Great time to throw the spotlight on Coach Solbach. And some of the things that we were just saying, fans, he's going to be talking to Tyler Kaltrider about. He's going to be saying, hey, they're aggressive. They're trying to ambush first pitch fastballs, so now we have to make a counter move. If you're Liam Murphy, who will be hitting, senior first baseman, is he also thinking about a move to their counter move? Is he thinking, all right, well, I got to be more patient now in case he throws me first pitch off speed or tries to go off the plate with the fastball? All the things that run through your mind, or at least should be running through your mind. You should be considering some of these concepts. Liam Murphy's a good hitter, 299 this year, 279 in his career. Tyler Galloway is on deck. Murphy walked his first time up. Only free pass that Kaltrider has offered. TK has also only struck out 1. Maroons with good bat-to-ball skills, good plate discipline themselves. Roanoke right now coming into the game, almost an even breakdown between walks and strikeouts as a team. 195 walks, 208 strikeouts. First pitch again. Put a little check in your book there. Liam Murphy fouled off the first pitch. For Lynchburg, their walk to strikeout ratio from a hitting perspective is elite. They lead the country in walks right now. 272 coming into the ball game for Lynchburg. That's well more than their 179 strikeouts as an offense. 1-1 count. Lynchburg walking at a rate just over 7 per game. They've taken 2 free passes in this one. TK got a swing and a miss on Liam Murphy there. Now it's a 1-2 count. 2 on, top of the second. Roll call coming up after this out. Does it happen on this pitch or not? Galloway on deck. Lynchburg's got 3, 4, 5 due up in their half of the second. Big lead at first for Michael Hetzel. Nobody holding him there. The 1-2's off the plate. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce is wild in the second inning. It's a 3-run ball game now. 6-3. Roanoke 1 in the first, 2 here. A 4-hit inning at the moment for the Maroons. See what Kaltrider goes with, 2-2. The pitch, slider again. Murphy did not offer. Now it's full. Wheels in motion for the Maroons. Base hit would almost definitely score Noah Donahoe, who's leading at second. Extra bases might give Hetzel a chance to score. TK. Ready, aim, and fire. And it's another walk. Murphy has walked twice, the only 2 base on balls that Kaltrider has offered. And this is a lot of pitches in the inning for TK. This is what we were talking about with Hayden Giordano for Roanoke.
Tyler Galloway.
At the moment, it looks like Kaltrider has thrown 39 pitches, so 20 in the first, 19 in the second. Bases are loaded now. Swing and a miss from Tyler Galloway. Put another check by your first pitch swing marker. 0-1. Dylan Bonson on deck. Galloway reached on Ben Jones' error on a bouncer up the middle. Good slide by Sean Pokerot. Pokey's gotten so much better defensively over the years. I think he has been razor sharp this season as a backstop. Caught stealing numbers are better than you might think for Sean Pokerot as well. He's really improved that part of his game too. The 1-1, swung on and missed by Galloway. 1-2, Galloway's a junior, .330 career hitter. Bonson on deck has a .336 career average. Both those guys juniors. I'm telling you, could be a loaded offense coming back next year for Roanoke. Swing and a miss, got him there. A TKO to end the inning and leave 3 stranded. Roanoke plates 2 on 4 hits. No Lynchburg errors. Bases left loaded. We'll get into the roll calls and say hi to the director of baseball analytics and the director of Brady Moore, Mr. Brady Moore. He had a birthday yesterday, people. Wish Brady a happy birthday if you got him on the social media or text message. Brady, hope the party's still going on. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you Sunday or maybe up there in Tyson's. Touch wood. Jim Madden and Sam Madden. I think Jim Madden's here so he can watch out for the Wiggler in person. Grandma Joni. Got to say hi to the Jones family. Jackie Jones and Dr. Jones. We'll say hi to our great friend Lucas Jones and Carla. Hi to Chris Jones. That's Ben Jones' dad, but he's here, I think. Hi to the Fischel family. The entire Beasley family and the Deacon fam. The Ben Jones grandparents crew, though, down there in Kernersville and all through all parts of North Carolina. They're probably tuned in. I think Paul Garcia is maybe checking in online. I think PG, Mr. Garcia, not here today. Got to hang out with Sierra, the head of that Drew Henry fan club. Got to hang out with Sierra after the Shenandoah doubleheader. It wasn't a doubleheader, actually. Lynchburg played Shenandoah on Friday and Saturday. It was not a doubleheader. We'll say hi to that Tidewater crew. I know the Flora's kind of leading that up, but it's really a deep bunch there from the Tidewater area of Virginia. Hi to the Davis Watson family. Hi to the Ryder Warren family. We'll keep them going here as the Lynchburg half of the second gets underway with Jack Pokerot leading off and batting against the starter, Hayden Giordano. Swinging a miss on a nice two-seam fastball there. 0-1 start for Hayden Giordano. He faced 11 in the first frame. Lynchburg scratched out 6 runs on 5 hits. Ooh, that one hit JP. Yeah, that was just a plain old miss from Hayden Giordano there. He wants to have that one back. For Jack Pokerot, he will march down to first. 10th time JP has been hit this season. Lynchburg as a team, 75 times they've been bopped now. And that is an area where they excel also. Lynchburg over 2 hit batters per game. Over 2 per game. Quinn Madden singled and scored his first time up. Sweeper stayed high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Jack Pokerot will run, by the way, fans. 4 for 5, stealing bases. Had some speed on that ground ball triple that we talked about the second game against Shenandoah. Foul tip. I got the umpire and got a visible reaction from our umpire. Travis Beasley is going to come out along with Dane Bauer, the athletic trainer. We could continue some of the hellos and the shout-outs. Hi to my guy, Blake Trent, who is good friends with Michael Solbach. Blake Trent, a deep, deep baseball knowledge bag. He's also a big golfer. He's a big outdoorsman as well, like Quinn Madden. Got to say hi to my South Boston Speedway crew, Brandon Brown, Paul Burnham. What a legendary team they are down there in Halifax County. Hello to Scott Shive. We'll say hi to the Fiedler family who checks in. We get to see Holden working up there in Wake Fieldhouse in the strength and conditioning department with one of our great friends, Ed Smith. Don't know if Ed Smith is watching or not. but he always likes to tune in to the games that he can't see in person. Thank you, Ed and Holden, for all of your hard work that you do, getting our athletes physically, mentally prepared, emotional preparation as well, from Ed Smith and Holden Fiedler. Fun fact that a lot of people don't know about Ed Smith, if you look up Emory and Henry football records on the defensive side, Ed Smith was a rugged, bruising linebacker, and I think he's in the Emory and Henry Hall of Fame. Don't quote me on that. If he's not in the Emory and Henry Hall of Fame, he should be in there. Ed Smith was one that collected many accolades in his time as a football player at Emory and Henry. We'll say hi to any Lynchburg baseball alums tuning in. We usually have Nathaniel Mack that will pop on from time to time. O'Kelly McWilliams IV, Riley O'Donovan, Brandon Pond, Avery Neves, Zach Potts, Grayson Thurman. The list goes deep. We've got a Lynchburg baseball alum at the controls doing the directing, Ethan Maratsky. Say hi to Ski. We've got Cruiser up here, Maddie and Inskeep and Eli. It's a fun vibe in the Wooldridge press box, as always. Had our Lynchburg Sports Awards on Sunday. That was a good time. Seemed like all the students had a blast. It's really the Lynchburg Sports Awards. You get all the teams in there, and it's a good chance for the teams to get a little rowdy and make noise and cheer for their teammates. Now you have some teams like Lynchburg baseball, Lynchburg lacrosse that come to mind. They have a lot of members on the team, so they can really drown out a ball club that might only have like 10 or 15 people like a basketball team. But we had a good time. It looks like our umpire is ready to go. Tip your cap to an umpire. Thank an umpire today, fans, because that is really, it is a thankless job for one, and it can be a physically demanding and painful job, as we saw right there. Foul tips, missed pitches, it can be tough. Then you get yelled at. Somebody described umpiring one time as it's a 2-1 count on Quinn Madden. Somebody described umpiring as it's like raking leaves on a windy day, but the leaves are also yelling at you while you try to rake. That's what the life of an umpire is. And you're out there sweating or freezing early in the season just like the players. The 2-1. That'll skip in, and now it's a 3-1 count. You see the umpire jump out of the way there? He's feeling the after effects of the previous shot. It can make you a little gunshot. Umpires, if you look at the old games back in the day, they used to have the big shield in front. Now they just wear a normal chest protector under the shirt, like a catcher's chest protector. It's a little bit bigger. Here's a good swing by Quinn Madden. Into the right center gap. It hit the glove and then bounced out. Madden had to hold to make sure Jack Pokerock was going to go to third. Late throw coming in here. That's a double for Quinn Madden. It was a diving attempt by the center fielder, Nate Prince, and it certainly was a great effort, but it bounced off of his glove. Could not hold it in. As we see, you talk about a professional level broadcast right there with LHSN and Flo. Fantastic camera work. Ethan Maratsky doing the replay and directing, which is tough to do. You really need two different people doing that. And on those pro-level broadcasts, there's like multiple replay people because they're checking multiple camera angles for all those replays. Cool stuff. Munitz likes the first. Ground ball, right side. Middle was back, so that's enough to bring home Jack Pokerock. 4-3, RBI ground out for Joe. Lynchburg scores here, and now the lead is back to 4. 7-3 ball game. Jack Pokerock has scored his second run of the game. Quinn Madden moves up to third. First out in the bottom of the second. Bill Loftman's checking in from D.C., and Bill says, see you Sunday. Let's go, Bill. Thank you for that. Hope everything is great in our nation's capital. The winner of this series will make their way close to the nation's capital, still in Virginia, Tyson's, which went through a rebrand at some point in the 80s or the 90s because the area was always known as Tyson's Corner, and so many people still refer to it as Tyson's Corner. But officially, they actually changed the name to just Tyson's. And I say rebrand because I think it truly was trying to make the area somehow they felt that the Tyson's Corner name maybe was – I don't know what the thought process was. If we get there next week, will review why the corner was dropped. And you can still say Tyson's corner, of course. Nobody is going to bat an eye at that. But officially, the name was changed to Tyson's. We have an injury situation. The first baseman, Liam Murphy, made a stretch there at first on the play and seems to have tweaked something. I think he's going to stay in. He will. It will bring up Sean Pokerock. Shawnee had a sac fly RBI his first time up. So that means he's still 9 for his last 11. Sean Pokerock swinging one of the hottest bats, not just on Lynchburg's team, but in general. Maybe in the country. First pitch with the infield drawn in is inside for ball 1. All right, so it's actually the rebrand came in 2014. It was not as old as I thought. Rebrand came in 2014. And I'll tell you a bit more after this pitch. The 1-0, Pokerock fouled away. The Fairfax County Board of Supervisors and the Tyson's Partnership, which was a nonprofit association, they led this rebrand to drop the corner. Started as just a matter of convenience, but they felt that just saying Tyson's was better suiting of the area's character. Go figure. Inside for ball number 2. You know, if we're talking about names, do you know Lynchburg is named after John Lynch? That's where the name comes from. Lynch Station, which is about 25 miles south of here, also named for John Lynch, who was a Revolutionary War character. And maybe we should be having more Revolutionary War references since this is the 250th anniversary of our Declaration of Independence. 3-1 to Sean Pokerock. Let's see if Shawnee can make a declaration here. Well, he'll take that one, but it's called strike 2. Nice location from Hayden Giordano. Don't know if you could see it, but Sean did a visible my bad gesture with the outstretched hand to the umpire there. Good sportsmanship from Sean. Just kind of saying, my fault, my bad. I didn't realize that was a called strike, or otherwise I wouldn't have thrown my bat away. Wasn't trying to show you up or anything. This one further south, and that will be ball 4. Walk number 3 of the ball game. Hayden Giordano is really giving Roanoke a lot more length than I expected he would. After that first inning where he had to face 11, it may be the end of that length right now for Hayden Giordano. I give him props just for staying out there. He surrendered a run in this second inning. Lynchburg 1 run on 1 hit. Jack Pokerock was hit by a pitch. Quinn Madden doubled. Joe Munitz drove home JP on a ground out, and then Sean Pokerock taking the walk. It is going to be change time here for Roanoke, and we'll just stay for the moment and try to greet the new arm. John Lynch, here we go, 1740 to 1820. He's listed as an American merchant and abolitionist. He was born actually in Albemarle County, which is the Charlottesville area, but founded Lynchburg. 410 acres of land around the area. The Lynch Ferry across the James River from Amherst County into the city of Lynchburg was established around 1745. So there's some history about Lynchburg. He was a devout Quaker and consistently supported the anti-slavery movement. Thought he was more involved in the actual Revolutionary War, maybe just as a supporter. Does not look like he did any fighting in the Revolutionary War. All right, back to the modern times, at least for now anyway. We're in the bottom of the second inning. It's a 7-3 Lynchburg lead. Been an interesting game so far. Roanoke scored 1 in the top of the first. Lynchburg answered with 6 in their half of the opening frame. Roanoke plates 2 in the top of the second. And now we fast forward to right now. Lynchburg has scored 1 in this one to make it a 7-3 lead at the moment. 1 out right now. As we identify our new pitcher. It's number 38 for Roanoke. Number 38 for the Maroons in gray is Ryan Wallace. He's a first year from Savannah, Georgia. There's a place that has a lot of history. Hello to anybody watching in Savannah, Georgia. 5'11", 210 pounds for Ryan Wallace. And the numbers on the season for Ryan Wallace look like this. He's 2-1 with a 6.46 earned run average. He has made 4 starts. This is bullpen appearance number 6 on the season for Ryan Wallace. Striking out 14, walking 11. So Ryan Wallace will become the first substitute for either team. He's in out of the bullpen. Officially, Giordano has thrown 1 1/3 innings. He's on the hook for all the previous runs, although there have been some Roanoke errors, so they may not all be earned. We'll revisit that. First pitch from Wallace to Flora is called strike 1. Runners at the corners for Flo. Struck out his first time up. First year from Virginia Beach. Came into the game with a .370 average. He got one of the big major awards at those Lynchburg Sports Awards on Sunday. Congrats to Kyle Flora. Those awards are always tricky for the spring sports because, like Lynchburg baseball, so many are still continuing to play, so you don't get some of those accolades attributed to you, or you don't get to really factor them in the awards process, we'll say. Breaking ball south from Ryan Wallace. It's a 1-1 count with Eli Carroll on deck. Carroll's 1 for 1 in his return to the starting lineup. The DH spot had been primarily occupied by Ryder Warren recently. Warren could still and should be in the mix. Off speed from Wallace, called strike 2. Eli Carroll has continued to be in the mix. Again, some of the names we've already mentioned, like Connor Moore, Gabe Pegues, I think they're still very much in the mix as well for DHing opportunities, pinch hitting opportunities too. Wallace holding. Here comes the 1-2. Got a sniff from Flora, but not a bite. Middle at double play depth for Roanoke. Third baseman is back for the Maroons as well. 1 ground ball out so far. And really, Lynchburg's only made 4 outs so far, so maybe that's not a surprising stat at all. Off the plate for ball 3. Count is now full to Kyle Flora. Flo's got 11 doubles on the season, 3 home runs. Good power and speed. 6 for 6 stealing bases. Sean Pokerock at first runs well. Not running here. Ooh, called strike 3. Got Flo looking. He struck out twice today. Only K victim so far. Now there's 2 down in the bottom of the second. It will bring up Eli Carroll. Carroll 1 for 1. Scored a run in that 6-run first inning. Lynchburg just a solo run right now in their half of the second. Inside for ball 1. Let's see if Sean Pokerock might be on the move at some point. He's just 1 for 1 stealing bases. Still, I think it could be a place to get him a jump start. The start of the second season, postseason, playoff baseball today. If you're Lynchburg, they are the number 2 ranked NPI team in the country. So I think we can safely say, and the math would also agree, that regardless of results this weekend, they're going to be in regional play. But you would rather go in off of a tournament championship. You'd rather go in with some wins than limp in and have to basically sit out 2 weeks, which is what would happen if you don't make it to that ODAC Final Four. You basically have 2 weeks off at that point. So ultra important to try to win every ball game you play and have good habits and do successful things. But I think there's a big importance for Lynchburg to continue winning, even though they're going to be a postseason team regardless of what happens. Mentioned Roanoke is not in that boat. The Maroons, 95th right now in the NPI. They need to win not just this series, but the entire tournament to get in. Last year, the cutoff was 42. The 42nd ranked team in the NPI last year was the final at-large bid. So expect that number to kind of hover around the same spot. 1-2 to Eli Carroll. 2 away. He'll send this ball to center field. Nate Prince on the run, moving back, making the catch for the final out in the inning. Lynchburg does score 1 run on 1 hit, no Roanoke errors. Hornets strand 2, and the lead for Lynchburg, 7-3 after 2 complete at Fox Field in the Hill City. The second season has begun. It's a fairly good start for Lynchburg. They lead by 4, 7-3 ball game right now. Hornets on top of Maroons. Have to say it's high scoring through just 2 complete innings. We're ready for the top of the third. 6, 7, 8 due up for Roanoke. That's Bonson, Terrell, and Ferguson. Maroons 23-16 this year. They played 39 games in the regular season. Lynchburg 36. And you talk about the second season now. It truly can be a second season. Think about Lynchburg. They played 36 ball games. If you make it all the way to East Lake, Ohio, let's say you make it all the way to the championship game, you're talking about between 15 and 24 postseason games. First pitch, bounce to third. Mo Shears there on a knee. He'll load up and howitzer that one across the diamond for the first out in the third. Put another check mark by first pitch swing for Roanoke. They've got a lot of them right now. So the second season can truly be just that, a potential 24 more ball games. Now, you'd have to go to the if necessary game almost every time to get to 24. That's why I said between 15 and 24. In the opening series, you could play 2 or 3. In the ODAC Final Four, anywhere from 3 to 5. Regional plays the same way, anywhere from 3 to 5. Super regional, back to best 2 out of 3. Second pitch, bang to the left side. Brandon Garcia across his body. That is spectacular, Hollywood. My goodness, what a play. Throwing on the run, moving away from the target, and getting it accurately to Jack Pokerock. Nice stretch over there by JP. That one came on the second pitch, so it's a 3-pitch inning right now for Tyler Kaltrider. Just a fabulous defensive play from Brandon Garcia. Do not discount how tough that play is, even though Hollywood makes it look easy more often than not. First pitch swing, Danny Ferguson's down 0-1 in the count. Man, oh man, that was great. You look at previous results. Let's go back to 2023. That was the longest postseason run. Lynchburg ended up playing 18 games in that postseason. Lynchburg was 15-3 in postseason baseball that year. Hornets played 11 last year, 14 in 2024. So again, you have some wiggle room there with all the if necessary games and all that stuff. Between 15 and 24 additional games, depending on how far you go. 2-1 is the count right now. Lynchburg in the bottom of the third will have 9-1-2 due up. This is the 8-hole man for Roanoke, Danny Ferguson. Singled. First time up, he's 1 for 1. Breaking ball from Kaltrider just missed. Ferguson giving some indicators there to his dugout about the action on that breaking ball, the shapes. You're looking for shapes. The 3-1 from TK. Missed the zone. Ball 4, third walk of the ball game for Kaltrider. It's rare for TK to have a game where at any point he has more walks than strikeouts. But that's what's going on right now. 2 punches for TK, and now 3 base on balls. Jack Fellner, the first shortstop, rather. He singled in his initial at-bat, 1 for 1 so far. 5-hit attack right now for Roanoke. Lynchburg's got 6. Both teams have 1 double apiece. 0-0 from Kaltrider is true. Speaking of doubles, Lynchburg's got 80 now on the season. Roanoke has 76. Good doubles numbers for the Maroons. They've only got 26 home runs. Lynchburg's got 47 of those, but doubles, not much separation there. 0-2 count. Kaltrider looking good with the first 2 pitches to Jack Fellner. Nate Prince is on deck. Top of the third. Lynchburg by 4. Wind blowing out to right center. That one well off the plate by design from Tyler Kaltrider. It was supposed to be off the plate. I think he pulled it just a tad. Just 1 pitcher used so far for Lynchburg. Ryan Wallace came on in relief of Hayden Giordano for Roanoke. Let's see if it's Wallace again in the bottom of the third, or if maybe it kind of becomes a bullpen game now for Roanoke. You're trying to save arms in case you have to play 2 on Sunday. I call this the driver's seat game here in game 1. You don't win the series here, but you put yourself in the driver's seat by winning the first one. Got some wiggle room on Sunday. Other games in the conference will happen tomorrow and Sunday. Lynchburg and Roanoke are the only team playing today. Shenandoah will host Hampton-Sydney. That's the 2-7 matchup. Randolph-Macon hosting Virginia Wesleyan. Macon's the 3 seed. And the 4-5 is Bridgewater hosting Washington and Lee. Couple pickoff attempts there from Tyler Kaltrider. Keep tabs on Danny Ferguson, giving us a chance to run down the tournament bracket. So we'll have some information to relay when we talk to you on Sunday. The 2-2, ball. Sunday's first pitch time is at noon. We started at 2 today, but noon on Sunday in case we do have to play 2 games on Sunday and 3 in the series. The ODAC Final Four is a true double elimination, although I kind of hate the term double elimination. I'll tell you why in a second. 2-hopper, Brandon Garcia hunting his preferred hop, grabbing and throwing out Jack Fellner at first. Top of the third over, 1 on, no hits for Roanoke, 1 left stranded. Lynchburg leads 7-4. Real quick before the baseball nuggets, I don't like the term double elimination, fans, because you're only eliminated once. You just need 2 losses to be eliminated. So we need a better term than double elimination, and I don't have one to offer right now, so we can just stay with that. But if you lose twice, you're out. You're not eliminated from the tournament twice. Here we go, baseball. On this date, 1949, Chuck Connors makes his MLB debut. He wasn't noteworthy as a player, but he is one of 13 to play in the major leagues and also in the NBA. Chuck Connors is credited with being the first person to ever break a backboard with a dunk. And it gets better than that. Chuck Connors' real fame came as an actor. He starred in the TV show The Rifleman. He was also in Old Yeller as well. Chuck Connors' MLB debut on this date. Go back to 1951. On this date, Mickey Mantle hits his first career home run. How about that? Giants scored 7 runs with 2 outs to walk off Pittsburgh on this date, 1973. Fast forward to 91. This is a big day, power day in 91. Ricky Henderson becomes the all-time steals leader. He passes Lou Brock for the stolen base record. And on the same day, Nolan Ryan, at age 44, pitches his 7th no-hitter. All on this date. Baseball history, May 1st. Some good baseball yesterday. Kyle Schwarber, a couple of home runs. 350 and 351 in his career. Don Mattingly, 3-0 as the Phillies manager so far. Cincinnati getting 20 wins to close out April for the first time in career in Redlegs history. No Reds team has ever finished April with 20 wins. That's crazy because the Reds have had some incredible ball clubs over the year. Big Red Machine comes to mind. The Atlanta Braves had the best record to close April, 22-10 in the month of April for Los Bravos. Kyle Moshier takes that one up high, and it's a 1-1 count. 9-1-2 due up for Lynchburg in their half of the third as they lead 7-3. What else was good for Major League Baseball yesterday is Moshier under this one for strike 2. It is still Ryan Wallace on the mound for Roanoke, by the way. He relieved Hayden Giordano. Wallace has worked 2/3 of an inning so far. This will be 1 inning when he can get an out here in the 3rd. The 1-2 is high, and it's a level count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Ethan Morotsky and I were talking. We did the series rundown for the series that are coming up today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Great action on the Major League Diamonds. Moshe, under this to left field, didn't get all of it. It will take the left fielder back to the wall, Dylan Bonzen. He had to traverse a bit of that green grass out there in left field at Fox, but he will pull it home for the catch. See what I've got on this date for tomorrow, since we're not going to be broadcasting any baseball tomorrow. We got to wait till Sunday. We'll have a whole new list of things to talk about. May 2nd. May 2nd. Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Copyrighted on May 2nd, 1908. You know, with all the run rules this year, we haven't gotten to the middle of the 7th inning that much to say it's stretch time and talk about Take Me Out to the Ball Game. We'll see if this one gets there or not. Run rule is in effect for the conference tournament now. We've had some years where there was no run rule in the conference tournament, but I think the teams last year decided if we're going to have run rules in the regular season ODAC play, we should probably keep that for the conference tournament. 1 out, Brandon Garcia's got a 1-1 count. He walked and scored, also reached on that error where he had a great piece of base running, sprinting to second after the ball just barely got into shallow right field. Lou Gehrig's famous streak ended on May 2nd, 1939. He had to sit after 2,130 consecutive games. That was, of course, broken later by Cal Ripken. This ball's hit well into center field. Nate Prince comes on to haul it home, and now there's 2 quick outs for Lynchburg in the bottom of the 3rd. Leadoff runner reached both of their previous innings. This is the first time Lynchburg's gotten 2 quick outs. They sent 5 to the plate without getting it out in the first. Lynchburg sent 2 up before Joe Munitz grounded out the RBI 4-3 last time. So here's Ben Jones, bases empty, 2 gone in the bottom of the 3rd. Middle 4th, I'll give you some Kentucky Derby news and notes and factoids. Kentucky Derby Day tomorrow. Or go out and watch another baseball game somewhere, fans. 2-0 count here for Ben Jones. Got the bat off the shoulder, but opted not to swing. Looked like a changeup from Ryan Wallace. Good action on that. Back-to-back righties for Roanoke. I think Wallace has got skills that really profile well. He could have a very fine career, just a first year. Ben Jones will foul it away. The count is now 2-2. Jack Pokerock on deck. So far in his career, Ryan Wallace, 2-1. He started 4. This is his 6th relief appearance. It's 10 total now for Ryan Wallace. Topside fastball wouldn't come back down, and now the count is full on Ben Jones. 225 hits in the career for Benny Bases / Benny Bombs / Benton Jones. Foul ball. We'll try it again at 3-2. So no matter what happens for Ben Jones, he's going to go down as one of the all-time best in Lynchburg history. But he's got more work to do. He's already played a lot of postseason games. Strike 3, got him looking. Nice pitch from Ryan Wallace. A rare time. Lynchburg gets sent back in order. 3 up, 3 down. We're through 3 complete, and Lynchburg on top by 4 in round 1 of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference baseball tournament. We've made it to the top of the fourth inning, game one, best 2 out of 3 opening series. ODAC play. Kyle Haney under the headset with you on a fine Friday, May 1. Hope you're doing great, baseball lovers. Think about how fun this game of baseball is. The teams combined in the first 2 innings for 10 runs on, it looks like a combined 11 hits. Inning 3, no runs, no hits for either squad. Just one base runner. Danny Ferguson walked in the top of the third. So that's how you get a game that you think is never going to end. The first 2 innings took, an hour and 20 minutes. But you get some short innings in there as well. It's a 1-1 count for Tyler Cartwrighter, pitching against the leadoff man, Nate Prince. Third at bat for Prince. He's 1 for 2, led off with a double and scored. He'll slash this one foul, and now it's a 1-2 count. Noah Donahoe on deck, pardon me. Nobody with multiple hits yet for Roanoke. Quinn Madden is 2 for 2 for Lynchburg. Oh, backhand stab by Ben Jones. He'll load up and fire to get Nate Prince by a step. Nice play there by Benny Baseball to steal a hit away from Nate Prince. Noah Donahoe up now. He's 1 for 2. Michael Hetzel on deck is 1 for 1 with a sacrifice fly and a single. For Brandon Garcia and Ben Jones, they have played 44 postseason games now. Swing and a miss from Noah Donahoe on the first pitch slider. That trend continues, first pitch swings. 43 postseason games for Ben Jones and Brandon Garcia. Sean Pokerock has played in a lot. We'll total up what he's got postseason-wise. This one hit well to right field. Long run for Kyle Flora. Ballpark will not hold this as Noah Donahoe gives it a ride down the right field line for a solo home run. Hit number 6 in the inning hit number 6 in the ball game, rather, for Roanoke. Noah Donahoe becomes the first player with multiple hits for the Maroons, and he gets his team within 3. TK actually hadn't given up a hit for the last 8 batters. This man, Michael Hetzel, got the previous hit for Roanoke right before that. But Noah Donahoe parks it for a solo home run. Nice swing from Donahoe. Oppo Taco power right there. For Donahoe, it's home run number 8 on the season. He is the team leader. Yeah, he's got some juice for sure. Michael Hetzel, 5 jacks on the year. First year is in there now with a 1-0 count. He's 1 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. Noah Donahoe's 8th home run of the season gets the Maroons back within 3. Don't go anywhere, fans. This is going to be a good ball game. This is going to be a fun series. Roanoke is a team that, even though they got run ruled twice against Lynchburg, you just can't count them out. You can't overlook them. Really can't overlook anybody in postseason baseball, I would say. But this Roanoke team is a bunch that you should not forget about at any time. Lynchburg hasn't. Pitch just wasn't good enough from Tyler Cartwrighter. Great swing from Noah Donahoe. Give you that stat again about Roanoke. They've had success against Lynchburg, one of the rare teams that has. 2-2 count. Roanoke has at least 1 win against Lynchburg for the last 11 seasons. That's a run that started in 2014. So 2014 through 2019. Didn't play in 2020 because of COVID. Team split the regular season series last year. Split the regular season meetings in 2024. And they actually split the regular season meetings in 2023 as well. Lynchburg swept the doubleheader this time around. But it's a Roanoke team that has shown they can play with the best. And that's not just limited to Lynchburg. A sweep on the road against Shenandoah less than a month ago for the Maroons. They're playing with confidence. Full count. Down and in. They appealed down to third, but Michael Hetzel did not go around. That's a walk. 4th free pass of the ball game that Tyler Cartwrighter has issued. It'll bring up Liam Murphy. Murphy is 0 for 0 with 2 base on balls. Lynchburg defense kind of pinching the middle. Scouting report stuff there. Kyle Mosheer sort of hugging the line at third base. There's actually a big hole for Murphy to hit through on the left side of the infield. In the modern game, it's so tough to kind of hit two holes, though, and hit them where they ain't. A lot of that just happens by accident. Another mound visit coming here from Michael Solbach. We can discuss positioning and modern hitting and anything else we want in a 7-4 ball game. Lynchburg by 3 right now. One hit in the inning for Roanoke. It was the big fly from Noah Donahoe, his 8th of the season. Roanoke team check now has 27 home runs this season. 27 jacks this year for Roanoke. Lynchburg has hit 47 dingers. Has been a big part of our dialogue and storyline all season long. Lynchburg, higher slugging percentage this year. In fact, over 100 points higher. And that's not just because of the home runs, but that's a big change. Lynchburg hit 30 home runs as a team last season. They're up to 47 right now. It's over 1.3 homers per game at the moment for Lynchburg. Lynchburg actually a few less triples and less doubles this season. But overall, almost the same amount of extra base hits because of the additional home runs. And a point of order about Lynchburg last season, too. That encompasses 50 games. Lynchburg was 41-9 last year. This is just game 37 this season for Lynchburg. Game 1 of the postseason. 1-1 count now to Liam Murphy. Good location on that fuzz ball from Tyler Kaltrider, and now it's 1-2. Watch Roanoke for the running game. Michael Hetzel on board right now, 0 for 1 stealing bases. So not the primary candidate to take off, but you never know. 1-2, slider off the plate for ball 2. Hat fell off for TK. He really can work that slider. He's got the hard fastball, and split-fingered pitch is the third offering from Tyler Kaltrider. I think another changeup option there as well, but mainly that 3-pitch mix. Swing and a miss. He got Liam Murphy to strike out. Now there's 2 outs in the top of the 4th. For Kaltrider on the season, the record is 7-1. Only starts for TK. This is start number 11. We'll get an offensive timeout. Continue telling about Kaltrider's numbers. 2.58 is the earned run average. He has 1 complete game this year. Strikeouts came in with 62 and in with 12 walks. Today, it's 3 TKOs, 3 strikeouts and 4 walks at the moment for Tyler Kaltrider. So not exactly his standard there. But he's still working hard in the top of the 4th, having surrendered 4 runs. Roanoke got 1 in the first, a deuce in the second, blanked in the third, did get a runner on there, and a solo home run here in the top of the 4th. Runner on with 2 outs. Kaltrider misses the first one to Tyler Galloway. Junior from Leesburg, Virginia, reached on an error and also struck out. Swing and a miss for Galloway makes it a 1-1 count. Kaltrider got his 5th win of the season, the first time he pitched against Roanoke. That was in late March. He's 7-1 now, so 2-1 since then. This is appearance number 11. Got 8 decisions in there. That means he's got 3 no decisions. TK set, firing from the stretch and missing wide right from our perspective. Now it's 2-1. Kaltrider, senior from Warrenton. Last season was nothing short of stellar. He was 8-1 last year in 15 starts with a 2.68 earned run average. Breaking ball, called strike 2. So the ERA is a little bit lower this year. Batting average against is a little bit higher this year. Ks per 9 just a little bit lower this year. 2-2. Quinn Madden, the center fielder for Lynchburg, set up in the right center gap. They're playing Galloway the opposite way. Everybody else defensively basically straight up. Left fielder Joe Munitz has slid towards the left center gap and off the third base line. Deuce is wild in the top of the 4th. TK just missed there, awfully close on the 2-2. Now the count is full. Hetzel's going to get a head start at first base. Dylan Bonzen is on deck. 5, 6, and 7 for Roanoke are a combined 0 for 6. Galloway looking to turn that around right here. The pitch. Floated into center field, right center field, exactly where Quinn Madden was shifted. He'll call off Kyle Flora, who was coming in for the backup, and that's the end of the 4th inning. Roanoke strikes, solo bomb to the opposite field from Noah Donahoe, his 8th of the season. Gets the Maroons a step closer, 7-3 ball game. All right, Kentucky Derby tomorrow. Here's some fun facts on the Kentucky Derby. This will be the 152nd running for the Roses, the Run for the Roses. It is the oldest sporting event in U.S. history, the oldest continuous sporting event anyway. It moved permanently to the first Saturday in May in 1902. They ran it in June of 1945 because of World War II. They ran it in September of 2020 because of COVID. We definitely don't encourage any gambling here on these broadcasts, but I'll tell you that the favorite wins about 34% of the time. Biggest long shot was back in 1919 when Donrail was a 91-1 shot. Here's a great connection. This is a Virginia connection as well. The legendary horse Secretariat, Triple Crown winner. The Triple Crown includes the Kentucky Derby. Maybe we should note that in there as well. 19 of the horses have Secretariat in their bloodline. 19 of the horses. More recently, a horse called Into Mischief has already had 3 of his sons win the Kentucky Derby. And one of Into Mischief's grandsons has already won the Kentucky Derby. Who's your pick tomorrow, baseball fans? Once again, we don't encourage any gambling. For entertainment purposes only, here's Jack Pokerock. He's an absolute thoroughbred of a ball player. JP is 1 for 1 with an RBI single. He got hit by a pitch last time up, facing Ryan Wallace. Jack Pokerock has yet to face Ryan Wallace. Kyle Flora, the first one in the Lynchburg lineup to face. This is the 6th batter that's faced him. Ouch. Jack Pokerock's getting hit again. Umpire kind of stumbled over the catcher as he was coming out to make the call. I think more embarrassment that time than pain. And maybe some pain for Jack Pokerock, although he really didn't break stride as he waltzed down to first base. Quinn Madden is 2 for 2. Got the only multi-hit game right now for Lynchburg. 6 total for these Hornets. It's a Lynchburg team that hits .345 as a unit. That's up from last year. Last season, Lynchburg swung it at .311. Very good .311. And we should say again, this is a Roanoke squad that hits .330 as a unit. Very good offensive numbers for the Maroons. Makes sense that we'd have, 11 runs combined. Uh-oh. 2-seamer tailing in on Quinn Madden. Did he bunt at it? Yes, they will say that he did. Let's review the rule again here. If you make a swing or try to bunt a ball, then the hit by pitch is out of play. We're going to get another look here on this 2-seamer that runs in on Quinn Madden. That's a scary situation for a hitter. So if you offer to bunt at it or swing, then you cannot, by rule, be hit by a pitch. So that's what the first base umpire was indicating there, that Madden did go around on the bunt. It's 0-1. That one nearly hit him as well. That'll unsettle a batter for sure. Doesn't matter how long you've done this and how good you are. Hitters do not like having a ball tail in on them, and all of a sudden they're looking like they might take one in the nose. 1-1's the count as they throw over to keep tabs on Jack Pokerock at first. None out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lynchburg leads 7-4. That one inside as well. 2-1. I think if you're the pitcher, Ryan Wallace, I think he's doing this. He's pitching off of that first pitch. You know you've got the batter a little rattled and unsettled. Go back inside again. That makes a lot of sense. Don't make it easy for him. Don't go low and away. Try to challenge him inside again. Now it looks like maybe Wallace has simply lost the control a bit. 3-1. Joe Munitz on deck. Munitz is 1 for 2. Bunt single scored, RBI ground out in the second inning for Jolton Joe. Double play depth for Roanoke. This ball is ripped. Madden spinning on an inside fastball for his third hit of the ball game. Quinn Madden has 3 of the 7 hits for Lynchburg. Have a day early on in the postseason, Quinn Madden. For Quinn Madden, that's now 21 total postseason hits. He was not part of the playoff run last year, but you can go back to 2024 for some great Quinn Madden postseason numbers. 42nd multi-hit game in his career, and it's the 15th 3-hit game in his career. Quinn Madden is on a tear. He is ready for postseason baseball. He missed last year. Joe Munitz showing the bunt again. That is ball 1. 2 on, none out. Perfect sacrifice bunt situation. And Joe's been doing a lot of that this year. 1-0 count. First baseman crashing for Roanoke. Joe will try to bunt it down the third base line, but it drifts foul. Sean Pokerock on deck. Still actually 9 for his last 11. He came in 9 for his last 11. He's walked and got a sacrifice fly in this ball game. So it's hard to say that Shawnee's cooled off much. We don't really know what might happen when he turns that bat loose just yet. Massive lead at first for Quinn Madden. Nobody holding him close. Joe Munitz went after a little bit of a high one and tried to place it down the line. It'll end up basically in the same spot, drifting foul. Now it's 1-2. Does Munitz keep the bunt on, or is it time to hit? Jack Pokerock leading at second, Quinn Madden at first. The hitter is Joe Munitz, facing Ryan Wallace, the second pitcher that Roanoke has used. Chin music, Joe Munitz out of the way in time. It's 2-2. Munitz is the 8th hitter that Wallace has faced. When he gets back to Kyle Flora, that'll be 1 full time through the lineup. Maybe that'll be change time again for Roanoke. See if they want to keep Lynchburg hitters on their toes a bit. Change up, floats outside. Now the count is full. Tyler Kaltrider started on the mound for Lynchburg. And it could be either Nick Matfield or Logan Tapman on Sunday. Sunday, game 2 of the series will begin at noon. Swing and a miss from Joe Munitz. He's down on strikes for the first out in the inning. Joe doesn't strike out much. He's walked 34 times and now struck out 18 times this season. Here's Sean Pokerock. Got to review his April again, because as we get deeper into the postseason, it'll sound strange to go back and give his April numbers, although we certainly could. For Shawnee in April, he hit .515. On-base percentage was .688. 17 hits in the month of April for Sean Pokerock. He actually took 15 walks in the month. Drove in 16. Think about the Pokerock brothers in the month of April. 1-0 count. Sean's at the plate right now. Jack is leading off at second. That one nearly hit Sean, and it's 2-0. Jack drove in 20 in the month of April. Sean drove in 16. So the Pokerock brothers in the month of April combined for 36 ribbies. 36 steaks in the freezer for those guys. Love it. 2-0. JP broke off. They'll throw to third. He's out. Jack guessed wrong. He was trying to get a vault big lead on the pitcher, Ryan Wallace. Wallace saw him take off, spun, and then threw to third. It's just a simple 1-5 in your scorebook, caught stealing for Jack Pokerock. Not what he wanted. He took a chance, and it didn't pay off. 2 down now with Quinn Madden at first. 2-0 count for Sean Pokerock. The pitch off the plate for ball 3. More recent results, Sean Pokerock is 0 for 0 in this game. Sacrifice fly to center his first time up, and then a walk. See if it's green light here. It looked like it was a straight take there for Sean Pokerock. That didn't look like an active take where he was hunting a pitch. Maybe the light is green now, though. 3-1. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Lynchburg by 3. Didn't matter. That pitch was inside, off the hand, and it's ball 4. Second walk that Sean has taken. First one issued by the pitcher Ryan Wallace. Coach has brought the umpire with him to the mound, so this is either a technical malfunction or maybe a double switch coming up here for Roanoke. Those are, I think, the two options of why the umpire would go out to the mound. Yeah, umpire signaled there that was not a mound visit. That was an equipment adjustment. And in the modern age, that's a phrase I find myself using a lot in these games. In the modern age, so many teams signaling the pitches in with some sort of communication device, something electronic, as in not just a sign sequence. And it is in the rule book now that when that stuff breaks, you can make a change for free. Doesn't count against you. Kyle Flora got hit by a pitch. Did he go around? Home plate umpire says no. That's just a hit by pitch. So Ryan Wallace now, it looked like the control was pretty good, but all of a sudden he has now walked 1 and hit 2 in the inning. And he would have hit Quinn Madden, remember, if Madden wasn't squaring to bunt. Check swing from Kyle Flora. Great replay again. Ethan Morotsky on the joystick there. I don't think Flora went around. Looks like that's probably the right call. And we did get the benefit of the instant replay. The umpire does not have that, but it's a hit by pitch. 2 in the inning and 1 walk now for Ryan Wallace. He's picked off a runner and struck out a batter. First pitch to Eli Carroll is downstairs. Carroll is 1 for 2. Flew out to deep center last time up, singled in his first at bat. That came back in the bottom of the first. We're now in the bottom of the fourth, and the bases are loaded for Eli Carroll. Inside, ball 2. I think we got to say now Wallace legitimately having control issues. Giordano had some control issues. He walked 3 before exiting. In fact, the final batter that Giordano faced was when he walked Sean Pokerock. Eli Carroll has seen Ryan Wallace once. It was in that fly out to deep central. 2-1 with 2 outs. Bases loaded. Carroll on this, buzzes it into right field. 1 run is in. They'll give the wave around, play at the plate, maybe. Sliding in safely is Sean Pokerock. Lynchburg scores 2 more. Eli Carroll plates 2 with a single to right field. His second hit of the ball game. Big time stuff there for the first year DH, who was in that starting lineup, then came out getting a shot again to make a difference for his team. Nice look at the action there. Eli Carroll now on the season has driven in 10. No, he's driven in 12 with 2 more there. Roanoke's going to make a move. We'll pause and greet the new arm here in just a second. You're watching LHSN on Flo. It's a 9-4 Lynchburg lead after Eli Carroll's 11th and 12th ribbies on this season. He drives in a couple with the single to right field, and it will be another pitching change for the Maroons. Number 43, Clark Mileto, climbs the slope. He's a first-year guy from Towson, Maryland, 5'10", 160. He will enter with 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Clark Mileto will be the 3rd pitcher that Roanoke has used on the season for Clark. He's 2-1 with 2 saves. This will be appearance number 13. Earned run average is right now currently 6.00. Clark Mileto will face Kyle Moshier. So for Lynchburg now, it's 8 hits, just 1 double. Quinn Madden's got 3 of the 8. Jack Pokerock has been on all 3 times. That's a single and a couple hit by pitch. Sean Pokerock has walked twice, and he's got a sacrifice fly. So the offensive box score is really building slowly and steadily for Lynchburg. No big bolts, no blast out of the ballpark yet for Lynchburg, but just a steady, consistent attack. They can win games like this, too. They can really put pressure on a defense. Roanoke has 2 defensive errors. Lynchburg officially with 1. Roanoke has a home run in the ball game. That was Noah Donahoe in the top of this frame. But since then, Lynchburg has put the game back in order from their perspective, now on top by 5. Quinn Madden has scored twice. Jack Pokerock has scored thrice. Shout out to the Pokerock family. Saw Jack's dad, Jack and Sean's dad, but I know they've got a family that runs deep and a fan club as well that is just a lot of fun. First pitch coming up to Kyle Moshier. Runners at the corners for Mosh. Swings at the first off the end of the bat, but it'll sneak through. Eli Carroll's going to go first to third. Good base running there from the Frosh. Now Mosh is going to try to take an extra base on the throw. He's in there. Head first slide. RBI single from Kyle Moshier, and then it's action baseball after that. Carroll going first to third. He draws a throw from center. Moshier, seeing that throw, continues into second and makes it safely with the head first dive. Kyle Floro, who's hit by a pitch, scores the 10th run of the ball game. Statistical nugget there. Lynchburg has scored 10 or more 23 times now this season. Double-digit runs in 23 ball games for Lynchburg. They are unbeaten when they score 10 or more. 16-0 last year in games where they scored 10+. Roanoke can win some high-scoring games. The Maroons themselves have scored 10 or more 18 times this year. They've actually won 2 ball games when they allow 10+ runs. That's what's going to happen now for Roanoke if they want to win game 1 here. ODAC opening weekend play. It's a 1-1 count. Brandon Garcia is the hitter. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. 2 in scoring position for Hollywood. 37 hits on the campaign so far this year. Under this one, playable in shallow left field. Running and calling is Dylan Bonzen. He'll get the third baseman and the shortstop out of there, and the inning will come to an end. For Lynchburg, they score 4 runs on 3 hits, a couple left stranded. Hornets on top and in charge. 10-4 after 4 complete at Fox. Totals through the first 4 innings. Roanoke has 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 extra base hits in there for Roanoke. They've made 2 defensive errors and left 7 stranded. Lynchburg, 10 runs, 9 hits, 1 defensive boo-boo, and 6 left aboard, 5 of those in scoring position. Lynchburg actually trailed briefly in the first half inning. Roanoke went up 1-0, but Lynchburg answered right away. So if you talk to baseball people, did Lynchburg really trail in the game? That's up to your personal preference. because Lynchburg hadn't had a chance to score yet, so it's hard to say they really trailed. After one complete inning, Lynchburg led 6-1. But at least on the scoreboard, they were down 1-0 for a bit. Dylan Bonzen, the leadoff hitter for Roanoke in the top of the fifth. He's facing Tyler Kaltrider. TK pitching into the fifth inning here. It's one that is not going to be in the time capsule for Tyler Kaltrider, and he's got an even higher standard for himself than we do. TK in this ball game has struck out 3 and walked 4. He's given up 6 hits. This one in the dirt for ball 1. So Kaltrider's got a very, very high expectation of himself, and it's much higher than ours will ever be. But he is doing the yeoman's work for his ball club right now. It's not a time capsule game. It's not going to be his masterpiece game. But he's just staying out there and gutting it out. That term yeoman's work really speaks so much to what Kaltrider does anyway in this entire Lynchburg team. You don't really look for the personal accolades. 1-2 count on Dylan Bonzen. Downstairs again from Tyler Kaltrider, 2-2. TK's shortest postseason appearance was 5 complete against Rowan last year. Gave up 3 earned runs in that ball game. Again, didn't pitch bad, but probably didn't meet his standard. Swing and a miss. You got a strikeout there on Dylan Bonzen, 4th TKO of the game. Bonzen's gone down swinging twice. It'll bring up Kyle Terrell. Terrell's a first year from Vienna, Virginia. 295. Another guy who can say he was coached by the legendary Pudge Jormund. Danny Ferguson on deck for Roanoke. No changes in the batting order yet for either team. Check swing, and the home plate umpire will say that Terrell went around enough. He is 0 for 2 in this one. Start number 12 for Terrell, so he has not been playing every day this season. But in there now for Roanoke, playing second base. On the shout-out list, add the Thacker brothers, Graham and Brennan Thacker, who both played some second base for Roanoke back in the day. And they still pull for those Maroons. They pull for great baseball, though. Hard to find many bigger baseball fans than Graham and Brennan Thacker. Ball 1. Their father, Jim Thacker, was a legendary coach down the road at Jefferson Forest High School. Kaltrider pitching from the stretch. He does that all the time, even with no runners on base. This one fouled away. We'll try it again at 1-2 with 1 out, top of the 5th. Probably do have to file it into slow-moving game now, don't we? 3:56. So we're not even going to be through 5 complete with 2 hours under our belts. Those first 2 innings really kind of took a while. Tapper, Kaltrider, hustling off, picks it up and throws. Not in time, though. Infield single for Kyle Terrell. Kaltrider, I thought, got off the mound well, but you could see on the second hop there, the spin really grabbed that ball and actually changed directions on TK a bit. He had to reroute from where he was going to go down to scoop it up. In hindsight, it might have been, I won't say an easier play for Sean Pokerot because it wasn't going to be an easy play for either of them, but catcher might have a higher rate of success on that play, maybe. That's really hard to say because that one's just going to be tough any way you slice it. Called strike 1 on Danny Ferguson. He's the catcher for Roanoke, I think doing a good job as the backstop. Got another look at it there. Don't know if that replay, if you could see the spin change the direction of the ball there. Kyle Terrell will get an infield single. Hit number 7 for the Maroons. Danny Ferguson's got one of those hits. He hasn't been retired yet. Single and a walk for the sophomore from Flemington, New Jersey. Called strike 2. 2 in the starting lineup from New Jersey. Liam Murphy and Danny Ferguson. Say hi to anybody listening in New Jersey. I know we got the Barone family that tunes in up in the Empire State of New York for Lynchburg. Hadn't given the Canadian shout-out yet for Dylan Bonza. Next time he comes up, we'll remember to do that. This one lifted into center field off the end of the bat from Danny Ferguson. Quinn Madden was played in, so he had to sprint back, but still basically routine for Madden there to catch that one. Out number 2 in the top of the 5th. Number 20, senior Jack Fellner. He's from Connecticut. Got to say hi to anybody listening in Connecticut, hopefully watching as well. Love the geography. You get so much fun stuff to talk about on a Division III college baseball roster. It's incredible. Kaltreiter's got the edge there. Seems like TK's really found a second, or maybe we could even say a third wind. I think the control has seemingly gotten better these last 4 or 5 batters. Throwing the ball more where he wants. Field's gotten better as the outing has gone on. That was a nice miss there. Maybe just a ball off the strike zone. 1-1 count. That can happen sometimes with starters. Kaltreiter approaching the century mark. Looked like that was pitch number 93 of the ball game. Pitch number 2 to Jack Fellner, senior, hitting .289. He is also 1 for 2 in this one. Grounded out to short. Lynchburg's got 2, 3, 4 due up in their half of the 5th. Jones, Jack Pokerock, and Quinn Madden. Roanoke has left 7 runners stranded. Only 3 in scoring position, though. Not as many getting past first base. 4 runs on the scoreboard. That's the big number. Kaltreiter swing and a miss. 2-2. Had Fellner a little bit fooled there with the slider. Kaltreiter can really turn that slider and get more lateral action, or he can keep it nice and tight, almost more of a vertical break. See if it's coming back again. That seemed like just a spiked fastball. Nice stop by Sean Pokerock. He'll get a new pill and toss it back to Tyler Kaltreiter. Full count. 2 outs. Terrell will be on the move at first. His infield single was the 7th hit of the ball game for the visitors. Roanoke 23-16. That was that slider. Fellner got a piece of that. Punched it into his own dugout. Terrell will have to take the long run back to first. He was already midway between second and third. Nate Prince on deck. Prince is 1 for 3 with the leadoff double that started the ball game and did give Roanoke that lead momentarily. Another payoff coming here for Kaltreiter. Sprayed to right field. Kyle Flora is going to have a regulation catch this time. He will bring it home for the final out in the top of the 5th. 1 hit, 1 left stranded for Roanoke. No runs there, and it's still a 10-4 Lynchburg lead. We'll keep it here in the middle of the 5th and remind you that Game 2 of this series is slated for a noon first pitch, high noon on Sunday. Roanoke College has graduation tomorrow, so that's part of the interesting, schedule, you could say. But Game 1 at noon. If the third game is necessary, that'll be played about 45 minutes or so after game number 1. On the website, it's on there at 3:30, but that can be adjusted if we need that if necessary game or not. Lynchburg, in the last 2 seasons, has been unbeaten in these first-round games. If you go back to 2023, Bridgewater did take 1 against Lynchburg, and then Lynchburg had to come back and win Game 2 and force the if-necessary game in Round 1 to advance to the Final Four. What else? The other matchup, Shenandoah is the 2 seed. Lynchburg finished 18-1-1 in ODAC play. Shenandoah 13-7. Same record as Randolph-Macon, but Shenandoah gets the tiebreaker there. So Shenandoah as the 2 will host Hampton-Sydney, the 7 seed. Virginia Wesleyan was the 6th seed at 10-10. They will visit Ashland to take on Randolph-Macon. You know, I mentioned Secretariat, the Kentucky Derby winning horse, maybe the best horse of all time. If you go to the Randolph-Macon baseball field, there's a Secretariat statue because Secretariat, Virginia, born and bred. Born in Caroline County, a little bit north of Ashland. But Secretariat, when you're talking about greatest athletes of all time, and then specifically from Virginia, Secretariat should actually be in the conversation. That good as a racehorse, and then also as a breeding horse as well, a stud. That people say this person's a stud when they're talking about great athletes now, and that's where the original term stud comes from. We won't go any further though. We don't want to get any gray area here on the broadcast. 0-1 is the start to a guy that is a real stud, Ben Jones. Now it's 1-1. Clark Mileto, third pitcher that Roanoke has used. Ben Jones is ready for the 1-1. Under this, and it's foul into our wonderful fan section here. We got a lot of fans from both sides, Roanoke and Lynchburg. When I pulled up, the Roanoke fans were having a little tailgate, little food under a tent situation. 1-2. Ben Jones, hands high. Now he gets into the stride. He's under another one. Should be playable for the shortstop, Jack Fellner. He called for it early, then continued to yell off his teammates. And there's one out in the bottom of the fifth. Let's talk about Jack Pokerock, his physical skills. Again, great engine, great chassis with the hips, the legs, the back, broad shoulders. And then to me, again, that really is the engine. That's where you get the horsepower from. The hands and the arms are just the steering wheel for a good hitter. But I will tell you this, he's got strong arms and hands as well. They do add an element. And one thing, when you're getting recruited now, college, professionally, they measure the grip strength. They want to know how strong that grip is. And there is a pretty big correlation between the grip strength and hitting success. I can tell you that Jack Pokerock has to have one of the strongest grips ever. He's a strong dude everywhere, but his grip is not lacking at all. 2-0. Pokey went after that when he was early, slashed it over his own dugout. 2-1 is the count now. Jack, more than just the physical tools. I mean, he is a heady baseball player as well. This ball is hit well, deep right center field. Long run for Nate Prince, but he will track it down shy of the warning track. Good job by Prince to really get on his horse, not a Kentucky Derby reference, to pull that one down. First time Jack has been retired today. And now here comes Quinn Madden hitting with bases empty, 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. Quinn Madden is a guy, when you look at his stance in the batter's box, he's got those high hands. Ben Jones's hands are high, but Madden's are even higher. This ball's hit well to the right center gap. This time it will be the right fielder, Tyler Galloway, calling off his teammate, Prince. Lynchburg sent back in order for the second time today. 3 up, 3 down. Hornets holding on to the 10-4 lead at Fox Field in the Hill City. Tyler Kaltrider back on the bump to begin the 6th inning for Lynchburg. He will face 1, 2, 3 in this Roanoke lineup. That's Nate Prince, Noah Donahoe, and Michael Hetzel. Lynchburg leading by 6 at the moment, 10-4 by inning. Roanoke had 1 in the first, 2 in the second, none in the third, 1 in the fourth, none last inning. Did have a runner reach. Roanoke's had a runner on in each inning. Lynchburg has actually had 2 3-up, 3-down innings. That was the third and the fifth. But Lynchburg 6 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the fourth to offset those innings where they didn't get anything. Another big swing from Nate Prince. How about the grab from Quinn Madden? That is spectacular right there, cue ball. Long haul trucking to go to the gap and then sort of a sliding catch where he got contorted around after he landed on the turf. Joe Munitz is going to hand his stuff back to him. I think the sunglasses and the hat. Just a solid, solid play. As Ethan Morotsky is scrambling to get you another look at it, fans. He's saying the replay's not as good as he wants it to be. Ethan Morotsky's got a high standard for himself as well, but you can see there just the amount of ground that Quinn Madden had to cover and then a little bit of degree of difficulty at the end of the catch. If you were keeping track of those first pitch swings, you should make a mark right there. Nate Prince, F8 on one pitch. Kaltrider is over the 100-pitch mark now. Noah Donahoe homered his last time up. He's 2 for 3. Sent that one over the right field wall. Noah Donahoe's 8th jack of the season. That's the team lead. Kaltrider missed the bottom rail, and it will give us a 2-0 count. Donahoe has been hitting in the middle of the lineup pretty much all season long for Roanoke. He impressed when we saw the Maroons earlier this year. Swinging a miss on a slider outside. Donahoe has driven in now 41 on the season. Michael Hetzel, the man on deck, has the team lead coming in with 46. 2-1, yanked down the line, and that's foul. 2-2. With Hetzel on deck, Lynchburg will have Munitz, Pokerock, and Flora due up 5, 6, 7. Sean Pokerock with a head nod to the dugout. Seemed to like the pitch that Michael Solbach was suggesting. We'll see what it is. 1 gone, none on, top of the 6th. Hit well to center field, but this time Quinn Madden with a shorter run. Took about 2 steps to his glove side. Madden's caught both. Now there's 2 outs in the top of the frame.
Number 45.
Hetzel's 1 for 2. Pardon me, he's actually 1 for 1. Sack fly, walk, single. End of the road for Tyler Kaltrider. It looks like Travis Beasley wants a left-on-left matchup. That means TK will exit in pretty fine form. Kaltrider will be in for a victory. If TK can get it, it will be win number 8 on the season. And a reminder on those postseason numbers for Tyler Kaltrider. He has just 1 postseason win, believe it or not. He would make him 2-0 in postseason competition for Lynchburg. It will be Austin Riney in to face the left-hander Michael Hetzel. Just 2 lefties in this Roanoke lineup. Riney has really excelled in this left-on-left matchup role. A lot of times it is only 1 batter. We did see Riney throw 1 complete inning against Shenandoah last weekend. Hetzel, 397 on the season. This guy's a frosh from New Kent, Virginia. I'm really impressed by what he has done in the 3 games we have seen him against Lynchburg. Impressed with what Riney has done this year. Give you the numbers. The earned run average is 1.04 now. It was just 0 for a while for Riney. No wins, no losses. This will be appearance number 18. That is the team lead in relief appearances. Austin Riney has struck out 4. No free passes yet for Riney. He has allowed 1 earned run, 5 hits. I think it wasn't that Shenandoah game that he went the entire inning. Let me double check that for you, fans. And this is where I'll give my note about you can follow along at lynchburgsports.com. The live stats are there if you're a stat person. And then you can dig deeper and you find Austin Riney and you click on him and you can go to stats. You can also read that bio, which is fun. But you can click on stats and see exactly what he has done. It was a complete inning. I was technically right and wrong. Riney threw one whole inning against Shenandoah on the Friday game a week ago today, April 24th. The next day, he only worked to two batters, gave up a hit and a walk. Nope, worked to one batter, gave up a hit. So that's the crazy thing about these stats. Even when you're looking right at it, you can get it wrong. It's like right there for you, and somehow I managed to get it wrong. Riney is 5'10", 180 pounds. Went to Manchester High School in Midlothian, Virginia. He will face now Michael Hetzel. Base is clear, top of the 6th. Lynchburg holding on to a 10-4 lead. It felt very much like a ball game when Roanoke plated one in the top of the 4th and then threatened after that. That was Noah Donahoe's solo home run. Then Roanoke got another runner on. This ball is hit well into left field. Base knock for Michael Hetzel. Not going to be the result Austin Riney was looking for, but I think it's one and done. It is. Here comes Travis Beasley. One pitch for Austin Riney, and that's an interesting life as a lefty specialist guy, which Riney has fallen into that role now. You do all that pregame preparation, you do all that work, and you're judged and graded on one pitch. And it's really not fair to Austin Riney, but that's part of the role, is you don't really get a big sample size, and in this case, just one pitch. So if you're Austin Riney, you have to really lean into the preparation. That's one thing baseball coaches and players will talk about so much. Control the preparation, live and die by the preparation, and then the in-game results are just going to be whatever. We'll talk about the next pitcher now for Lynchburg. It's Trent Judd. Trent Judd, senior, Salem, Virginia, 2-0 with 2 saves. Earned run average is 2.23. Batters hitting just 184 against Trent Judd this season. Judd has struck out 29 and walked 13. So Trent Judd will become the third pitcher that Lynchburg has used. He will inherit a base runner here in the top of the 6th with 2 away. Judd has excelled in this middle to late relief role. He can be a long reliever, meaning he can go 2, 3, 4 innings. In fact, most of his appearances this season have been over 1 inning. And instead of saying most, I'm going to go to lynchburgsports.com, click on the baseball team, click on the roster, and then I'm going to click, it's a lot of clicking, isn't it, on Trent Judd and tell you exactly how many of his outings have gone more than an inning. Pitched against Shenandoah and did not record an out, so that's officially 0.0. 1 1/3 against Randolph-Macon, and this is in order chronologically working most recent backwards. So pitched against Shenandoah, didn't get an out. 1 1/3 against Randolph-Macon on April 21st. 2 1/3 against Bridgewater on April 18th. 2 against Virginia Wesleyan. 2 1/3 against Averett. Judd went 4 against Hampton City. That's Hampton City, and that's the game I was really looking for. That's the longest outing of the season for Trent Judd. 4 innings early April against Hampton Sydney. The other appearances for Trent Judd all kind of falling in that 1 and change or 2 inning category. He went 3 innings earlier in the season against Randolph-Macon, went 3 against Greensboro. On the career now for Trent Judd, 5-0, has made 1 start. That came in 2024 against Methodist. 5-0 with a 3.38 earned run average and those 2 saves from this season. He's been really good his entire career, though. Slider, swing and a miss on Liam Murphy. Liam Murphy is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and 2 walks. Trent Judd's got a power slider. Maybe a little bit more horizontal break than Tyler Kaltreiter's. This one grounded left side. Got through. Hard to see because of the sun and the way Moshe dove after that ball, but he came up empty. That'll be a base hit for Liam Murphy on the second pitch of the at-bat. So think about Hetzel, first pitch. Murphy, second pitch. This is a Roanoke team that is just falling under the ultra-aggressive category now. It wasn't just Tyler Kaltreiter and his outstanding control that they were attacking. This is a Roanoke team. They like to swing early in the count against everybody. 2 on now with 2 outs. Inning continues. Tyler Galloway's the hitter now. There's the slider downstairs. Galloway holds up. So that's the cat and mouse game. Lynchburg thinking Roanoke swinging first pitch, goes with this slider, but it's downstairs and Galloway doesn't swing. He holds up. Now he's got an advantage count. 1-0 for the hitter, Galloway. Good lively fastball just south of the zone for Trent Judd. 2-0 now. Great hitters count for Tyler Galloway. He's seen the slider and the fastball now. Great information to have as a hitter. Runners on first and second for the visitors, who aren't out of this ball game just yet despite being down 6. Off speed, missed from Trent Judd. Lynchburg bullpen closed right now, but things could open up again and in a hurry if Trent Judd struggles to get the final out here in the top of the 6th. 3-0. There's strike one. On the downward edge of that strike zone. Wind really has picked up now. We said 5 to 10 was the forecast. I think we've got more than that now with a steady breeze out to right center field. This ball's airborne from Galloway, but catchable. Quinn Madden went in, then he'll backpedal out. Madden actually made all 3 grabs in the inning. 2 runners get on, but 2 stranded for Roanoke. We'll pause here in the middle of the 6th. Lynchburg has 5, 6, 7 coming up in the bottom of the frame, leading by 6 at Fox Field. Lynchburg 10, Roanoke 4. Kyle Haney spending a Friday afternoon with you. Happy May 1st, everybody. Hope the first 4 months of the year have been fantastic for you. And we hope April was outstanding specifically. Great time to be a sports fan, though, I think. And always love baseball season. When we're thinking about the calendar, this is the 42nd day of spring. Here's a good one, too, as Joe Munitz will study the first pitch from Mileto, and it's called strike one. Munitz, Poker Rock, and Flora. Springtime is 92 days long, so the 46th day of spring will put us halfway. That comes up Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo, May the 5th. So that'll be midway through spring. So there you go. Make the most of it. It's day 121 of the year right now here on May the 1st. 1-1 for Joe Munitz. Got the bat off his shoulder, but held up on a changeup that went downward. 2 balls, 1 strike. Clark Mileto pitching to Joe Munitz. Just thinking about the batting stances and forms. The last couple hitters, Quinn Madden and Jack Pokerock. You know, when they go with the radio broadcast, that's something the broadcasters really lean into because the radio audience can't see the stance. So they describe the stance a little bit more. I think it's a really classic stance from Joe Munitz. Nothing there that you wouldn't see throughout the ages of baseball. Munitz is going to take a walk. Actually, the first free pass that Mileto has issued. On the game now, it's Lynchburg's 5th walk. Still shy of their season average, which was just north of 7 per game. Lynchburg did come in with the most team walks in Division III baseball. Lynchburg, team category-wise, we could get on a run of everything that Lynchburg is in tops in the nation in, or at least tops in the conference. Here's the first pitch to Sean Pokerock. Roundhouse breaking ball is taken for strike one. Pokey still 9 for his last 11. He's got no official at-bats in this game. Sacrifice fly, which won't count against him, and 2 walks. Sean has scored once and driven in 1. Blasting this ball foul. Had the great number about Sean's April and combining it with his brother Jack, what they have done together in the month of April. 36 runners driven in the month of April. But we're on to May now. 0-2 to Sean Pokerock. Going to have to work to keep the heater going as Joe Munitz is back with a head-first dive. So another great website that you might want to check out, fans, is the NCAA Stats website. Go to stats.ncaa.org. So we see another pickoff attempt. Stats.ncaa.org. It's got everything that you might want to need. But if you go to rankings, you can get a team summary. And this is what I like to do, but you got some other options. Pokerock, another foul ball. This might stay in range here down the line. Nope. First baseman Liam Murphy got to the fence. We saw Jack Pokerock make a really good play leaning over the boundary wall over the weekend. But Liam Murphy, he needed another 6 or 12 inches of that ball closer to his big basket of a first baseman's mitt. Stats here for Lynchburg while the at-bat continues. First in base on balls, and that's in the country. 9th in the country in batting average, first in ODAC play. Lynchburg earned run average, top 5 in the country, best in ODAC play. High fastball, good one to throw on. Head first slide from Munitz, they got him. Danny Ferguson got a nice pitch, catcher's dream of a pitch to throw on with a fastball that just carried upstairs. He could come out of the crouch and get into the throwing action to hose Joe Munitz at first. A great shot there, fantastic camera work. From that angle, you got a really good look at it. Joe Munitz caught stealing for out number 1. Lengthy at bat continues for Sean Pokerock. Fouls off another one, 1-2. Is it Tatum on the camera over there? Tatum time? Tatum Humphrey, one of the best Lynchburg field hockey players. They're all good, though, and she would love to give the credit to her teammates, I'm sure. But it's always Tatum time. Hopefully she's got some sunscreen on. We've got some sun today. Mid-60s for a high. Nice blue sky to play under. 2-2 for Sean. Adjusted the swing to get the barrel on that two-seamer and send it into center field. Sean Pokerock is now 10 for his last 12, people. That encompasses the last 5 games. If you run the on-base percentage in that stretch, it's even better because think about this. Sean's got 2 walks today as well. Sean's first hit number 10 of the ball game for Lynchburg as a unit. I was going through those numbers for Lynchburg. Home runs, Lynchburg is top 12 in the country, second in the conference. Lynchburg's on-base percentage at last glance was the best in the country. 5th most runs scored in the country. It's not all offensive numbers either. We gave you the ERA stats. Lynchburg 3rd in pitching shutouts. Here's another offensive one. Slugging percentage, best in the ODAC. Lynchburg's whip, walks and hits per inning pitched, best in the conference. Top 10 in the nation. Any way you slice it, any metric you use, this Lynchburg team is an absolute battleship. They are really, really good. Doesn't mean they won't get tested. Doesn't mean they won't play close ball games. Doesn't mean that other teams aren't good as well and haven't earned the right to compete and win. Plus, it's baseball. It's just so tricky to be good for long stretches of time. Swing and a miss there by Kyle Flora. Good off-speed action from Clark Mileto. Third pitcher, Roanoke has used. Lynchburg has used 3 as well. Austin Riney threw 1 pitch. 2-1 on the way to Flo, who's 0 for 2 with a couple Ks. Got the bottom half of that baseball from Mileto and fouls it away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Love that swing from Sean Pokerock. I mean, you could see the adjustment in his bat path as he went after it. Really impressive piece of 2-strike hitting. 10 for his last 12. Sean Pokerock The heater continues. Let's see where it ends. If you're Lynchburg and you're Sean Pokerock, you're hoping it doesn't end. Another foul ball from Kyle Flora. Flo got on a major hot streak to start his career. He was 10 for 20. Oh, man, great replay again. I am loving the replay action. Is there a replay producer of the year award? If so, I would like to nominate Ethan Morotsky. He's on the watch list anyway. This ball's blazed into left center. Going to be down for extra bases. Flo with a good piece of metal on that one. He'll have to hustle into second, but actually Roanoke vacated thinking the play might be at home with Sean Pokerock at first. Double for Flo. Lynchburg's got 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Here comes Eli Carroll. 11th hit of the ball game for Lynchburg. Just 2 extra base hits right now. Madden and Flora with doubles. Eli Carroll, 2 for 3. Flew out to deep center. Infield's coming in for Roanoke. 10-4 ball game. Maroons trying to stay within striking distance. This is a move I probably like. Off speed, down and in. Carroll lays off, and now it's 1 ball and no strikes. I think there's a lot to be said for shrinking the infield there, bringing them in closer to try to cut down the potential 11th run and stay within striking distance. Not in that 1 swing of the bat category, not 4 or less like I talk about all the time, but within 6. I think that's meaningful for Roanoke. I like this move here. 1-1 count. Sean Pokerock is the runner at third, Kyle Flora at second. The hitter is Eli Carroll. Foul ball. Clark Mileto, the righty from Roanoke. Really impressive so far. 10th hitter he has faced. I believe he came in to pitch against Eli Carroll last time up. Kyle Moshier on deck is 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a walk. Carroll waits. Here it comes. Oh, this ball is blasted to right field. Way back and gone. A towering drive from Eli Carroll. And Lynchburg is all of a sudden up 9 in the first round of the ODAC tournament. Eli Carroll jumping all over that one and absolutely hijacking that ball to deep right field. Carroll's 2nd home run of the season. Welcome back to the starting lineup, Eli Carroll. It'll score Sean Pokerock and Kyle Flora. 3 consecutive hits for Lynchburg, 12 in the ball game now, 3rd extra base hit. And the team home run number climbs up to 48 on the season. After a big blast from Eli Carroll. Slim Tome. What a swing right there. Here's Kyle Moshier, 1 for 2. If you're Clark Mileto, you got to try to stabilize quickly and get back in the dugout. There's only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Lynchburg back to the run rule. Run rule is in effect, so 1 more run puts Lynchburg up 10 and potentially with the ability to close it out in the top of the 7th. So that's the goal right now for Clark Mileto. There's a second look at this swing, and speaking of classics, I mean, how good does that lefty stroke look? That's one thing baseball fans and hitting coaches will tell you. The left-handers' swings always seem a little bit prettier than the righties for some reason. Big agreement, big shake of the head from Ethan Morotsky. Something aesthetically pleasing about a left-hander's swing. Hard to put your finger on it. There's some good-looking right-handed swings. Big breaking ball from Mileto, lands for strike 2. That was picture perfect from Eli Carroll. He did not get cheated. He's driven in 5 in the ball game now. 5 of Lynchburg's 13. They lead by 9. Off the end of the bat, right field, long-ish run from Tyler Galloway. He'll gallop into that and make the catch. Here's Brandon Garcia, 5th plate appearance of the ball game. Reached on an error, walked, flew out to center, flew out to left. A look at the celly there. Elevation from the Lynchburg team and celebration as well. Ben Jones is on deck. Top of the order's been a little bit quiet for Lynchburg. Brandon Garcia is going to try to bunt his way on. That was picture perfect. Mileto tried to sweep in and swipe it with the gloved hand. He came up empty, but that's a base hit. 13th of the ball game for Lynchburg. It's a 4-hit inning now for the Hornets. Joe Munitz walked and got caught stealing. Ben Jones now with 2 outs and 1 on. Brandon Garcia career total update, 222 now in his career. He is 6 away from tying for the program lead. He's 3 behind the man in the batter's box right now, though. Ben Jones, 225. So there's 4 players crowded around right now. Gavin Collins with 228 hits is the all-time leader. Steven Scott finished his career with 227. Then you've got Ben Jones right now, who is currently in 3rd at 225. Brandon Garcia is up to 222, 4th all-time. One of my old teammates, Joey Arthur, he's down in 5th now with 208. Sorry, Joey. 0-2 count. We've mentioned Joey Arthur a few times. We'll give him a shout-out again. Joey Arthur's son has signed to play college baseball with Virginia Commonwealth University. Congrats to the Arthur family. He played with both of those Thacker boys, more so Brennan Thacker, though. The 0-2. Swung through. It's a strikeout. Inning comes to an end, but major damage for Lynchburg. The big blow from Eli Carroll. 3-run home run to deep right field. And right now, the Hornets holding on to a 9-run advantage over the Maroons. We go to the top of the 7th. Lynchburg, a big bolt from Eli Carroll puts them up 13-4. Flora doubled right before that. Sean Pokerock continues his hot streak. He was aboard when Carroll hit the 3-run home run. Lynchburg officially 13 runs on 13 hits. There's 3 extra base hits in there. 7 left on, 5 in scoring position for Lynchburg. They've made 1 defensive error. For Roanoke, it's 4-9-2, 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. Noke has left 10 aboard. So there is reason to think if you're Roanoke, if you could be a little bit more efficient, do you have a chance in this ball game? Easy to say now. Got a pinch hitter for Roanoke. It's number 1, Alec Jones. Alec Jones, 5'11", sophomore from Leesburg, Virginia. Oh, this was Dylan Bonzen's spot. Wanted to chat more about Toronto, Canada. We can do that again Sunday, hopefully, with Dylan Bonzen expected to be in the lineup, but you also never know. Baseball, just like life, everything subject to change, right, fans? Here's Alec Jones. 1-0, now 2-0 as Trent Judd just misses downstairs. Alec Jones on the season, this is game number 32 he has played in. He's a .323 hitter, 3 doubles, no triples, no homers. He's driven in 11. Jones, a lefty. He'll foul this one away. So currently it's 3 lefts and 6 rights in the lineup for Roanoke, but that's subject to change as well. First change in either batting order. Lynchburg 9 has been clubbing it all season long from an offensive perspective, and that has continued today. Garcia waving the arms, calling for this one, and now making the grab to retire Jones. Kyle Terrell. No, got a pinch hitter coming here, so multiple changes for Roanoke. This will be number 24, Connor Spears. Spears is 6'4", 225. He's a junior from Chester, Virginia. Let's go with stats on Connor Spears. .429 hitter this season. That's 9 for 21, so a bit of a smaller sample size. This will be the 16th game Connor Spears has appeared in. So left fielder and second baseman, those slots are gone for Roanoke. We'll see who stays in to play what after this, and we'll see if the changes continue here for the Maroons. But this is Spears. He'll become second pinch hitter in a row for the visitors, who are now down by 9. Ground ball for Hopper. Last hop caromed high. Mo Shear's throw was low, but it's dug out by Jack Pokerock at first. Nice play by Pokey on the back end of that 5-3. 2 down now in the top of the 7th.
Up to bat number 23, Danny Ferguson.
Danny Ferguson's going to stay put. He's in the 8th slot and doing the catching. I think he has played a fine catcher for Roanoke. We've seen great catching play this season. I've been very, very impressed throughout the ODAC. Seems like every one of those conference games I've said, man, this catcher's really good. He's impressed me. And I've said that about Danny Ferguson, and will continue to say that. It looks like in this game, especially as he's in there. Ferguson's 1 for 2. Flew out to center, singled, walked. Judd's missed the zone. First couple here, 2-0 count to Danny Ferguson. Lynchburg bullpen, busy. We'll see how long Trent Judd goes. 1 out. No, there's 2 outs, rather. 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Both pinch hitters retired, Jones and Spears. Now it's 2-1. Lynchburg will have 3-4-5 due up in their half of the 7th and a chance to maybe walk it off with the run rule. Swing and a miss by Ferguson. Level count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jack Pokerock is 1 for 2. He's been hit twice, scored thrice in the game. 2-2 on the way from Judd. Pitches out of that open set position. Left field line, Joe Munich sees it. Not a problem there for Joe as he'll jog into that one. 3 up, 3 down. First time in the ball game Roanoke has been sent back in order. First half inning where the Maroons haven't gotten anybody on. It comes in the top of the 7th. More changes coming up. We'll stay right here. I think Spears is probably not going to play second base. Looks like number 14, Jordan Oliveira, will go play second now. We've got Jordan Oliveira at second for Roanoke. We've seen Oliveira before. He's a good player. Sophomore from Richmond, Virginia. And is that the only change or not for Roanoke? That's what our next task will be to try to figure out. We'll also tell you that Lynchburg has Jack Pokerock, Quinn Madden, and Joe Munitz coming up in this bottom of the 7th inning. Kyle Haney having a ball with you on a Friday, May 1st. I know the game hasn't gone the way the Roanoke fans have wanted it to, but there's a lot to like about this Roanoke team. And I'll continue to say that as long as this best 2 out of 3 series goes on. Do we have a change on the mound as well? I think that's another spot, and that would be a critical area to identify since, as we've said, the pitcher, unlike most other sports, touches the ball on every single play. He's the only one that gets to dictate his terms, his or her terms, we should say. So we'll figure out.
Maroons, number 32.
Yes, it is a new pitcher on the mound. As announced by the public address phenom, Matty Schuchter. It's Derek Brooks on the mound for Roanoke. He'll be the 4th pitcher the Maroons have used. Brooks is a senior from Kennesaw, Georgia. His roll call and resume looks like this. You've got Isaac Brooks out there on the Roanoke roster as well, but Derek Brooks is 1-1. This will be appearance number 14, earned run average 8.79. He's facing 3-4-5 in the Lynchburg order. Jack Pokerock to lead it off. Jack came in hitting .388. 70 ribbies on the season now for Jack. He's got a real case to be the conference player of the year, and maybe more than that, depending on how long Lynchburg goes in this postseason. Catcher Danny Ferguson not on the same page with his bench, shaking his head, pointing at his ears. Ferguson might have to just call his own game over there, or Roanoke maybe can go to an old school sign sequence. Ferguson saying he hears it now, just give me the call again. It's an audible earpiece that Danny Ferguson is wearing. And now we got an equipment timeout. That will be a freebie and then uncharged timeout. Now Danny Ferguson's going to go out to the mound and talk to Derek Brooks and say, hey, here's what we got going on with the equipment, so let's use this or that sign sequence. 13-4 is the score line. Lynchburg 6 in the first, 1 in the second. Nothing in 3 and 5, and Lynchburg actually went 3 up, 3 down in those innings. Lynchburg scored 4 in the fourth, 3 in the sixth. So it's 3 multi-run innings for Lynchburg. 1 solo run in the second, and 2 innings where they got completely blank, no base runners at all. 1-0, Brooks missed inside. He's set, ready to rock and roll against Jack Pokerock. JP is always ready to roll and rock and punch the clock. 2-0 count now. Quinn Madden on deck. Quinn is 3 for 4. Solid stuff from cue ball. JP awaits the 2-0. That's up and in for ball 3. Jack played 47 junior college games at Patrick and Henry Community College. And combined between his 2 D1 stops, it ended up being 45 games there. Ooh, that one hit Jack Pokerock. 3rd time he has been hit today. And there's no leaning into any of those. They're just wayward pitches that he did not get out of the way of. If you want a games played this season, Jack Pokerock has started and played in all 37 for Lynchburg. All right, 3 hit by pitch game for Jack. That feels like maybe a first in his career. I don't know. It's a total of 4 hit batters for Lynchburg. Jack's been the victim 3 times. Here's Quinn Madden. We were talking about his hands last time, where he keeps them. As he swung at the first pitch last time, he'll take this one for a strike. Look at how high Quinn Madden's hands start, well, over the helmet. You've seen a lot of great players in baseball history do that. That's not uncommon. And back to what is so fun and unique about our game is no 2 guys really do it the same way. Looks and methodology. I mean that statement there about no 2 guys doing it the same. You might see some guys that look like one another, but they've got a different process, things they're trying to do. 0-2 count here for Quinn Madden in those high hands. Swing and a miss. Brooks got it by him there for a strikeout. It's the first out of the inning. So now we'll talk about Joe Munitz's classic batting stance again. Munitz, 1 hit. It's a bunt single. He's also walked and grounded into an RBI for 3. Strikeout for Joe Muniz as well. Lynchburg has struck out 6 times as a ball club at this moment. Runner on first, that's Jack Pokerock. There's Muniz, takes the called strike 1. The pitchers are the same way with their mechanics, obviously. You got so many different things a pitcher can and will do, and so many of them look unique. Keeps you watching. Foul tip from Joe Muniz, straight back into the skillet there of Danny Ferguson. Now it's 0-2. So 4 balls, including a hit by pitch from Derek Brooks to start his outing. Now he's throwing nothing but strikes, 5 strikes in a row. See if he goes after Muniz here. Yeah, he did. Swing and a miss. Got him. Back-to-back 3-pitch strikeouts for Derek Brooks. Muniz is down on the K. And now there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th. Runner on first. But here comes the hottest hitter maybe on the planet. We'll say minimum hottest in the zip code right now. Sean Pokerock. 1 for 1 in this game with 2 walks and a sacrifice fly. He's 10 for his last 12. Batting average on that in the last 5 games, 10 divided by 12, is .833. Uh-oh. Not going to be a hit here for Sean Pokerock. He went after the first one and bounced it into a 4 unassisted. Game continues. We missed the stretch time in the middle of the 7th, but Feel free to stretch it out and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at your leisure, fans. We're going to the top of the 8th at Fox Field. Lynchburg leads by 9. Through 7 complete innings, it's Lynchburg 13, Roanoke 4. This is game 1 of our ODAC opening weekend, the opening round. 1 seed playing the 8, Lynchburg the 1, Roanoke the 8. 2 will play 7, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5. Typical bracket play format. And then we'll get into the ODAC Final 4. One of these teams will get into the ODAC Final 4. Roanoke missed it last year. Last season, it was this year's top 4 seeds, and they were the top 4 seeds last year as well. Lynchburg, Shenandoah, Randolph-Macon, and Bridgewater. Really good regular seasons for so many teams in the ODAC. But think about, you've got 3 teams with 30 wins in the conference. That's Lynchburg, Shenandoah, and Bridgewater. They all finished the year with 30-plus wins. Lynchburg actually 31 right now, looking for win number 32. Inside corner on the fastball gets Trent Judd strike 1. You have, including this Roanoke team, 4 other squads that had 20-plus wins in the conference. So Roanoke, 23 wins in regular season play. Washington and Lee and Virginia Wesleyan both with 20. Randolph-Macon finished with 24 wins. That's a pretty healthy 7 squad roster there. This ball batted away by Trent Judd. He'll recapture and spin and throw, but not in time to get Jack Fellner. Should be a base hit there for Fellner. Hit number 10 of the ball game for Roanoke. Hampton-Sydney is the 7th seed. They actually had less wins regular season play than this Roanoke squad, but Hampton-Sydney was 10-10 in conference. Roanoke 9-11.
Up to bat number 7, Nate Prince.
Guilford finished the year with 19 wins, so they were knocking on the door of that 20-win plateau. Trent Judd, after the long run, comes home to Nate Prince with the 0-0. This ball's blistered into center field. 2-hit day for Nate Prince. He's hit the ball hard 3 times. Back-to-back base hits, 11 in the game now for Roanoke. This is a Maroon squad that can really swing the metal. They swing it at .330 as a ball club.
Noah Donahoe.
Lynchburg comes into this one with a .345 team batting average, but consider last year Lynchburg hit .311, and they won 41 ball games last year. So this is a Roanoke team that is better than what Lynchburg did last season. .330 as a unit. First pitch yanked down the left field line. Does not look like it's going to stay fair. It will hook beyond the pole. Noah Donahoe, you could tell he didn't really get too far down the line. Does have a homer today, though, 2 for 4. Solo shot came in the top of the 4th inning. Another one you can do when you go to the live stats at lynchburgsports.com. It'll give you the average of what the team is hitting in this ball game. Trent Judd will spin and toss softly to second base. Jack Fellner at second. Nate Prince at first. Top of the 8th inning here at James C. Fox Field on the campus of the University of Lynchburg. 13-4 ball game. Judd got a swing and a miss. 9 hits for Roanoke. They've drawn 4 walks. 1 Lynchburg error. 11 hits now for Roanoke. I was looking at old information there. 11 hits. Judd couldn't get Donahoe to chase the slider. So 11 plus 4 plus 1, no hit batters from Lynchburg. Should be 16 base runners for Roanoke. We'll count up the Lynchburg base runners in just a moment. 1-2. This one tapped. Moshier is going to get to it. Oh, and get back to third in the nick of time. Fellner is putting some heat on him there, sliding in right behind him. And Kyle Moshier with a little do-si-do, reaching out, grabbing the ball, and then stepping back to tap the bag for a fielder's choice and the first out of the inning. Here comes the march from Travis Beasley. That means it's all for Trent Judd. I guess it's not 100% sure of an indicator there, but I think that'll be it for Trent Judd after he got the ground out to Noah Donahoe. Michael Hetzel is the hitter now. He's a lefty, and it will be a lefty to face him. I think we've got Lucas Marrero coming on to face Michael Hetzel. Marrero is going to be the fourth pitcher that Lynchburg has used. Roanoke has used 4 arms as well, by the way. And we'll give you the numbers for Lucas Marrero. He's been solid this season. Borderline unhittable at times. Marrero is 4-0, unbeaten. 5 starts. This will be his 5th appearance out of the bullpen. 2.41 is the earned run average. 25 strikeouts in 18 innings and change for Lucas Marrero. Marrero is a sophomore and a very, very talented one at that. He really rose in that midweek starting role last year as sort of quote-unquote the 4th starter for Lynchburg, behind Kaltreiter, Matfield, and Tapman. But Marrero can do this as well. He can come in out of the bullpen, and it could be a left-on-left one-batter situation, or maybe it's more than that for Lucas Marrero. He has proven that he is very capable out of the bullpen for Lynchburg. A lot of fun to watch. He throws that dot, kind of a bullet of a fastball that is very hard to hit, especially when he keeps it low in the zone. Marrero, 5'11", sophomore from Gainesville, Virginia. Gainesville is one of those spots that you might have to go through to get to Tyson's, especially if you're coming from the hill city of Lynchburg. If you're coming from somewhere else, then you wouldn't go through Gainesville. But Marrero is on now. We said 16 base runners for Roanoke. And not really factoring in like that fielder's choice right there, because another out was created. So it's the same amount of base runners, if that makes sense, baseball fans. But for Lynchburg, they have 13 hits. Lynchburg has walked 5 times and been hit 4 times. So it's 22 base runners for Lynchburg. So Roanoke has gotten 4 runs off of 16 base runners. The Maroons have left 10 on, and it's great when the math adds up like that, and it did add up that time. First pitch from Marrero, called strike 1. I don't think Hetzel loved the call. Might not have loved the action on that breaking ball that he saw either from Lucas Marrero. Hetzel, first-year guy from New Kent, 2 hits in this ball game. Got the hit off Riney on the first pitch on that left-on-left matchup. That one did not go Lynchburg's way. Swing and miss. Marrero got him fooled there as well. 0-2 count. Look at the action, the body language from Marrero as well. I love it. He's got a sharp edge, kind of stalking around out there, but not moving too quickly. Doesn't look like he's too amped up. I like the level he's at right now. 0-2. Poker Rock slid outside. Marrero got it close enough there anyway. Sean's going to go back, mask off, and we got another one that went over our head. Didn't hear it hit the roof this time, though. Pitcher intensity, we've talked about that 1 to 10 scale. Pitchers usually falling somewhere 5 or below, if we're calling 5 average. Starting pitchers specifically, relievers sometimes getting over that 5 mark. You think Marrero's at about a 6 right now? He'll spin and toss to Brandon Garcia, who is covering at second. The runner there is Nate Prince. 1 out in the inning. Back-to-back singles from the 9-and-1 hole hitters for Roanoke. Prince moved up to second. Noah Donahoe at first after his 5 unassisted fielder's choice. Another 0-2. Hetzel got the bat off the shoulder. He did not go around. I think Lynchburg just liked the location, but worth asking the umpire there if maybe Hetzel went around or not. He didn't. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Liam Murphy on deck is a righty. Murphy is 1 for 2. He got his hit off of Trent Judd. Judd faced 8. Marrero just missed, and now the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Marrero, it looks like it's, or excuse me, for Judd rather, looks to be officially an inning and a third. He actually got those all in sequence as well. Brandon Garcia faking the pick. Now Marrero pitches and he misses wide. Full count. So Judd came in, gave up a single to Murphy. Got Galloway to fly out. Then 3 quick outs in the 7th, by the way. 3 up, 3 down in the 7th for Trent Judd. Judd did not get an out here in the 8th. So 1 1/3 officially. Payoff coming from the lefty, Lucas Marrero. Went inside and missed. Ball 4. Stand by what I said about Marrero, how he looked, but he did not get the result he wanted. It will be 1 batter. Full count walk to Michael Hetzel. In that walk category now, that's 5 in the ball game for Roanoke. So they've got 17 base runners now. Marrero will exit. He'll hand off to Colin McGuire. Bobby Bullpen making an appearance here in the top of the 8th inning. 9-run Lynchburg lead, but Travis Beasley not taking any chances. He's going with the premium and premier relievers for Lynchburg. And Colin McGuire certainly fits that bill. 3-1 this season for Colin with 2 saves. Earned run average is exactly 2. Batters hitting .250 off of Bobby Bullpen. He struck out 26 and walked only 1 this year. And that is really a big separator for McGuire and probably a big separator for Lynchburg's bullpen in general. They do not walk a lot of hitters. Typically at the collegiate level, and maybe we can extend that to professional baseball, relievers have great stuff. They've got great action on the pitches, a lot of times great velocity and nasty breaking balls. Sometimes relievers struggle with location. Even some of those great all-time closers have struggled with location. That's a separator for Lynchburg's bullpen. They don't seem to walk that many at all. In fact, Lucas Marrero's walk right there is the first free pass that Lynchburg has issued as a bullpen today. Colin McGuire becomes the 5th arm for Lynchburg. Shout-outs here as McGuire gets his warm-up tosses in. I think we got my buddy Josh Brown tuning in and saying that that he's having fun on the tennis court right now. I thought maybe it was a golf photo from Josh Brown. Great stuff, Josh Brown. One of the all-time legends in our area. And so is Colin McGuire. Let's get you some career stuff for Colin McGuire here while we got a minute. Enough about you, Josh Brown. Let's talk about Colin McGuire. He's a junior from Cross Junction, Virginia. Went to James Wood High School. In the career, McGuire is 12-6 with 15 saves. 15 saves already. He's a junior. He's appeared 66 times now.
Up to bat number 27.
Did start 9 times his first year. So for McGuire, it should be 55 bullpen appearances now. 319 is the career earning. It's down to 2 this year. McGuire is ready with the sacks packed. Maroons at every station here with 1 out. And we'll say the phrase again, Roanoke is not out of this game just yet. McGuire can help extinguish some of the flame right now, though. This one ripped left side. Mo Shear stumbling around but gets an out. Lynchburg nearly got 2 out of that. Great play by Mosh to hang tough where his footwork was not perfect on a ball that was rocketed off the bat from Liam Murphy. Second pitch of the at-bat there. That'll go down as a 5-4 fielder's choice. A run does come home for Roanoke. Their first since the 4th inning. Zeros in 5, 6, and 7 off the tough Lynchburg pitching staff and defense. Here's Tyler Galloway. junior from Leesburg, steps in with runners at the corners. First and third with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. 13-5 ball game now. McGuire set just above the belt. Now pitching, check swing. Galloway went around enough to get the called strike. May have just been on the pitch location. 0-1. Dylan Bonson is not on deck because the pinch hitter, Alec Jones, started this inning off. Popped up to short. Roanoke has sent 9 to the plate. Galloway being the 9th. Lynchburg's got 7, 8, 9 due up in their half of the 8th inning. Flora, Carroll, and Moshier. Carroll's coming off a 3-run home run his last time up. Breaker tap, long run for Mosh. On the move, throws, got him by half. No, he's safe. He is safe at first. Hard 90 there from Tyler Galloway. He runs well. It was always going to be a tough play for Kyle Moshier. It'll go down as an infield single. Make it hit number 12 in the ball game for Roanoke. Got to get a few of those. When you're gonna rack up a dozen or more hits, you can be assured there's going to be an infield single or 2 in there. Here's Alec Jones, second at bat in the inning. Popped up to short. Mosh is off the line, even with the bag at third. Brandon Garcia slid up the middle, sort of a modified shift on the lefty, Alec Jones. McGuire misses the zone on the first pitch. This is the 3rd batter that he has faced. Inside there for ball 2. Runners on first and second for Roanoke. The Maroons are applying some pressure themselves in a 13-6 ball game now. And I beg your pardon, fans. I messed up. It was Jones that led off the previous inning. Up the middle, spinorama play from Brandon Garcia. He got him on the 360. Nice play there for Brandon Garcia to extinguish that flame that was building. He gets Jones at first by a step, 6-3, even though he came across to the right side of the infield. Couple runs in the inning for Roanoke. They're back in the fight. We'll stay here in the middle of the 8th. Yeah, I misspoke. Jones, actually, he pinch hit to lead off the 7th inning. That was the 3-up, 3-down inning. It was Fellner that led off the 8th with the single. Nate Prince got a back-to-back single in there. So ends up being Donahoe and Fellner that score in the inning for Roanoke. So they did not send 9 to the plate, but still very productive nonetheless. It'll be officially, looks like 2 runs on 3 hits. They'll leave a couple stranded. We play on to the bottom of the 8th here. Lynchburg still has maybe a run rule possibility in sight, but more than that, Lynchburg would just like to have a long inning and keep the bats hot. Lynchburg right now 13 base hits, 3 extra base hits, including these next 2 guys that have some of those. Kyle Flora doubled his last time up. Eli Carroll hit the long 3-run home run to right field. Bottom of the 8th inning, Lynchburg 13, Roanoke 6. Maroons not done just yet. And this can be good down the road as well. This can be fruitful for Game 2 and possibly Game 3 if you're Roanoke. You create some doubt in that Lynchburg bullpen. You take away some of their swagger just a little bit. You get more looks at the bullpen as well. So then if you have to see these bullpen guys on Sunday, you've got a better chance at hitting them. You have a better chance of knowing what's going on. Here's Kyle Flora now, 2 for 3, struck out twice in his first couple plate appearances, was hit by a pitch, and also doubled and scored. Flo's got 45 hits now in his freshman campaign. Really solid first-year guy from Virginia Beach. He's got a real classical hitting approach as well. Not a big move with the legs. He does move forward a bit. There's a linear action back to the pitcher. Certainly doesn't get out of control. Doesn't take up a lot of batter's box with his stance and his stride. Good hand action for him. Very strong, young guy. Potent weight room potential. It's one thing Sean Pokerock mentioned about Kyle Flora in one of our post-game interviews. Said Flo is really impressive in the weight room. Breaking ball in there from Brooks. 1-2 count. For Derek Brooks, this will be the 5th hitter he has faced. He hit Jack Pokerock to begin the 7th inning, then got back-to-back punch-outs and a ground ball to get out of the frame unscathed. 2-2. Eli Carroll on deck. No reason to think about pinch hitting for Eli Carroll right now. He is 3 for 4. His out was a fly out to deep center field. Flora adjusted to that breaking ball to get a piece of it, fouls it back. Here comes pitch number 6 of the at-bat as Flo walks around. 5:08 p.m. We've been playing for about 3 hours and 7 minutes right now. Not our longest game ever, but that sword has 2 edges because it's not our shortest game ever either. The 2-2. Blistered up the middle. Nice piece of 2-strike hitting from Kyle Flora. I think the 2-strike hitting today for Lynchburg has been outstanding. Second hit of the ball game for Flo. 14 in the attack for Lynchburg. Here comes a guy that's got 3 of them. 2 singles and a homer. Eli Carroll has driven in 5 today. Frosch from Chesapeake. His ceiling is almost limitless. This is a Lynchburg team with a lot of veteran talent, a lot of youth as well, though. These guys are going to be fun to watch, see how they grow as their careers go on. Lynchburg swept the regular season meeting between these 2 teams. 2 run rule victories, 18-1, 10-0. We knew Roanoke was going to be tough. Roanoke swept Shenandoah on the road April 18th. They swept Bridgewater back in early March, swept EMU. Let's go for the bad now for Roanoke because they've had 2 sides to the coin this year at 23-16. Roanoke got swept in ODAC play by Lynchburg, Randolph-Macon, Avert, and Hampton-Sydney. So a lot of sweeps for Roanoke this year, not all to the good. Some splits in there as well, obviously. Lynchburg, only 1 loss in ODAC competition. Eli Carroll blasting a ball to right field, but this ball is caught by Tyler Galloway. Eli Carroll may finish the day at 3 for 5. I don't think that should diminish his accomplishments at all. Here's Kyle Moshier. Mosh has got 1 hit. He's also walked, flown out a couple times, once to left, once to right. Lynchburg winners of 23 of their last 24. The 22-game win streak was snapped. All things must come to an end, but a chance to start anew for Lynchburg. They won Game 2 against Shenandoah, so a victory today would give Lynchburg a very modest 2-game winning streak. I think most people will say you don't even count it as a streak until you get 3. If you win 2 in a row, it's just back-to-back at that point. It becomes a streak when you get 3. The 0-1. No good there from Brooks, and Mosh held up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brandon Garcia's on deck. It'll be plate appearance number 6 for Hollywood when he steps in. Brandon Garcia doesn't actually have to step in, though, because we've got the double play in order here for the Roanoke Maroons. Good speed with Kyle Flora at first. Flo's got 2 hits in the ball game. Another nice performance for him. Never short on confidence, but a little 2-hit game will build that even more. Did have a couple strikeouts in there. That won't make Flo particularly happy. Kyle Flora looks like 17 multi-hit games on the season now for Kyle Flora. Flo picked up double number 12 on the year. 29 singles to go along with 3 home runs for Kyle Flora. Here comes the 2-2 to another Kyle Moshier off the end of the bat. He got down the line a third of the way just in case that ball spun back fair. For Lynchburg with the tie in there, we'll say they have 1 loss in their last 26 ball games. Only 36 games in the regular season this year for Lynchburg. 40 started to begin the season. They lost 1 pretty early, then a rain out down in Greensboro, and then 2 canceled previously this week because of wet weather. Good adjustment and fight there by Kyle Moshier. He was going to hold up, and then he realized that pitch from Brooks might be a strike. So we got a piece of it. So 36-game regular season for Lynchburg. Roanoke played 39. You get 40 in the regular. And the second season can become just that. It can become very long. Swing and miss on a ball that kept chasing down from Brooks. Nice action on that pitch. And there's 2 down now in the bottom of the 8th. And this will bring up Brandon Garcia. For Brandon Garcia, this is postseason game number 44 of his career. ODAC, regional, super regional, and then NCAA championship / World Series play. 44 games. And here's a fun fact, and this speaks to Lynchburg's success, especially with him being the leadoff man. Brandon Garcia has reached base in 40 of 44 postseason games. He's only not been on base 4 games in his entire postseason career. This one sprayed to left field. It'll be down for a hit. How about another multi-hit game in the postseason career of Brandon Garcia? He'll continue his march up the all-time Lynchburg leaderboard as well. Here's the update. Brandon Garcia, 223 hits now. He's 2 behind the man in the batter's box, Ben Jones. That does factor in what they've done today. For Brandon Garcia, it's 48 postseason hits now. 12th multi-hit game in postseason play for Brandon Garcia. There's almost too many numbers. There really is. Garcia is at first, Flora at second. Good speed at both stations for Benny Baseball. Ben Jones is in there waiting for the 0-0 from Brooks. He'll come home with it. Catches a piece of the zone, and it's strike 1. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Last chance for Lynchburg to add to those offensive statistics and potentially maybe put the game out of reach. Run rule still in effect. 13-6 ball game. This ball is pulverized to right field. It's going to score at least 1. It's probably going to score Brandon Garcia from first. He'll have to hustle, though. Relay throws coming in. Play at the plate. And he's in there safely for the 15th run of the ball game. Ben Jones doubles home 2. How about Benny Baseball right there? That had some exit velocity. That ball was hit well. 2 RBI double. His second hit of the game. Ben Jones now 226 in the career. He is 2 away from tying Gavin Collins. Lynchburg is 1 run away from ending the game. 15-6 is the scoreline right now. Flora scores for a 3rd time today. Brandon Garcia looks like his 2nd run. Remember, Brandon Garcia has led the nation for much of the year in runs scored. Brooks comes home, and it's a miss. 1-0 count. Quinn Madden on deck. 3-hit day for Quinn Madden. It's a 3-hit-by-pitch day right now for Jack Pokerock. He's been hit 3 times. He has 1 hit, singled in the first inning. Drove home a run, adding to his team lead and breaking the single-season program record in RBI. He could add to it right here, and we think a run would end the ball game. If you're the Roanoke outfield, you have to be aware of that. You wouldn't play super shallow like you would with a runner on third, but you got to know that you probably have to come up and throw home no matter what in this situation. The 2-0. Curveball lands for strike 1. Jack Pokerock flew out to deep center field. That's his only out so far today. Brooks set. He'll come to the plate with the 2-1. This ball's pulverized into left field. Ground ball. Here goes Ben Jones. He got the green light. Heading home to score. He will slide in safely. Pokey to second. And it's a walk-off winner for Lynchburg. Ball game. They run rule Roanoke for a 3rd straight time. 16-6. Your final score. Lynchburg scores 3 in the bottom of the 8th to end it. It is 3 straight hits for Lynchburg. And when you add those up, it's going to be 17 in the ball game. Let's do this. Let's take a timeout. We'll add up the totals. We'll get a post-game guest, And then we'll get ready for Sunday. This is just game 1 in the series. Lynchburg, a run rule victory, 16-6 over Roanoke. You saw it with LHSN on Flo. Kyle Haney back with our special guest, a fast-moving Eli Carroll. Normally we're waiting like 10 minutes for the guest to get up here, Eli. Did they just sent you up here that quick, huh?
Yeah, Beachy said they want you upstairs. Go right now. I was like, all right, yeah.
That's exactly right, and you know why. 3 hits. We'll hear about the singles, but tell us about the big fly first. What'd you do there?
Yeah, it felt good. I was sitting one pitch, fastball. He missed up and in, and I didn't miss it. It felt really good.
How tough has this been for you? Because you were in the starting lineup for a bit. You move out. Ryder does great things. There's other options on the bench, obviously. How did you stay ready and then maximize this moment when you got back in there?
Yeah, just getting my work in every day. Ryder's been doing a great job. It was nice to get an opportunity today, sitting my pitches, and got him and didn't miss it. So it was great that I got this chance and did well.
I like the nickname Slim Tome. What do you think about that?
Never heard that one, but I don't hate it.
Well, you know it's a play on Jim Tome.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, when these guys like Jim Tome, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, but he hasn't played in a while. So I got to make sure. Right. And also, you're not that slim. I mean, you got some muscle you're building there.
Yeah.
Tell me about the other muscle in this offense right now, man. I mean, it must be fun hitting with all these guys on base because this 1 through 9, and again, the bench, they've been very destructive this season. Tell me about those teammates.
Yeah, it's great. 1 through 9, there's guys that can hit the ball all over the park, and it's great when there's runners on when I come up. But, yeah, it's everybody that really just hits the ball well, and it's really fun to be a part of.
All right, last thought. How do we stay focused? You get not a day off, but you get a day from not playing tomorrow. Roanoke's tough. They're going to come back with a renewed fight. How do you make sure you don't overlook them on Sunday?
Yeah, they're tough. We're going to get back to work tomorrow, come ready, and we're going to get it done again.
Eli Carroll, 2nd home run of the season. Enjoy this moment here, buddy.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You got to run down the totals, Eli, but you go have fun with the rest of the team. That was great. Totals for Lynchburg. Eli Carroll, 1 of 4 extra base hits. He had 3 of the 17 total. Love that guy. He said thank you 40 more times than Jack Pokerock ever did when he came up here. No, I'm kidding. JP, very, very polite. But Eli Carroll, a 3-hit performance for him. He definitely deserved to be up here. Quinn Madden, a 3-hit day for Quinn as well. Eli Carroll drove in 5. Lynchburg scores 16 runs on 17 hits, 4 extra base hits. Lynchburg made 1 defensive error. Looks like the Hornets left 7 on. For Roanoke, 6 runs on 12 hits. They had 2 defensive boo-boos. Roanoke will end up leaving 12 runners stranded. So the Maroons, that's something they can lean on and get confidence from. They can say, hey, guys, if we punch the clock a little bit more, we're right in that ball game. We're certainly playing the full 9 innings. This one only needed, I guess it needed 7 2/3, basically. Lynchburg scored the 10th run there with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Multi-hit days for Brandon Garcia, Ben Jones, Jack Pokerock, Quinn Madden with 3, 1 hit for Joe Munitz, 1 hit for Sean Pokerock. His hot streak really continues. Shawnee right now 10 for his last 13. He reached twice and had a sack for a sacrifice fly. 2 hits for Kyle Flora. 3 for Eli Carroll, 1 hit for Kyle Moshier. Everybody in the starting 9 for Lynchburg had at least 1 hit. Tyler Kaltreiter is going to get win number 8 this season. Congratulations to TK. I know it wasn't exactly what he wanted from a performance standpoint, but he did enough and put the ball club in a position to win. Hayden Giordano is going to go to 1-1 for Roanoke with the loss. Riney, Judd, Lucas Marrero, and Colin McGuire all pitched for Lynchburg. For Roanoke, record now stands at 23-17, and they're behind the 8 ball now. They will have to win 2 on Sunday to advance and keep their season alive. Lynchburg was pretty good in closeout games last year. That's a game where you can end the other team's season or tournament. Lynchburg last season was 3-1 in closeout games. They'll have an opportunity Sunday, first pitch at noon in Game 2 of the series. Roanoke, again, needs to win to force the, if necessary, Game 3. Records for Lynchburg look like this: 32 wins, 4 losses, 1 tie. Lynchburg now 15 wins at home this season. And Lynchburg has won back-to-back games. So we'll see if they can start a new winning streak on Sunday or if they have to play a doubleheader on Sunday. First pitch at noon. That means we'll crank up around 11:50 or so. Big thank you to Tatum, once again, for the camera work. Hopefully the sunscreen. Big thank you to the rest of the LHSN crew. Sometimes the official scorer likes to have her name changed to protect the innocent. Big thank you to the Cruiser. I'm retiring the Cruise Missile nickname, although I like it, but we just need to be more nonviolent. So it's just Cruiser now. And Ethan Morotsky was absolutely A+ on the directing and the highlights and replays. And now I think he's got to go run and do some lacrosse or something like that. 5:25 p.m. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're still on with us, and we appreciate that. Got to say so long for now, though. Lynchburg, 16-6 winner in Game 1 of the ODAC opening round. We'll see you Sunday for a noon first pitch between the Maroons and the Hornets.